Thursday morning, the 5th day of February 2026. My name is Winston Amoah, and on behalf of the team, we're glad to serve you breakfast this morning. And this morning, we're going to continue with our financial well-being series. I know there are many of you who are talking about the fact that inflation, yes, is reduced again to 3.8% from 5.4%.
He was a prophet.
But I still hear people saying, well, I don't feel it.
When he heard
okay,
all the broken walls
I think we should do this again.
of Jerusalem,
Have that conversation about inflation. What it means for us,
says,
particularly in the scheme of things, and why inflation is important,
of heaven,
but why you say you're not feeling it.
and he prayed
Because in the Northeast region, for instance,
to the
the rate of inflation is at 11%,
heaven.
while in the Savannah region,
Then it pleased the
it's at 2.6%.
Jerusalem
But as we've always said,
be built to
it's an average,
your father.
so your personal inflation could always be different.
Then it pleased the king, yea, that the walls of Jerusalem should be built to the glory of
But our focus this morning, when it comes to our finances,
Then came
is
Sanballat,
on debt management.
then came Tobiah, who
As
just
we focus on Ghana's debt culture in the context of interest rates,
but brethren,
we look at what will constitute
my prayer
good debt
none
and
of
bad
us
debt,
present
because there are many of you who are borrowing
the Lord.
electronically.
Nehemiah stood
But when
up,
will be the right time to borrow?
Nehemiah stood up
You just borrow because you have an opportunity to.
in the power
Maybe you should have a need for it.
Holy Ghost.
Let's get interactive this morning.
Stood up,
Lots of debate still
Nehemiah stood
about
up,
plans to rename Kotoka International Airport.
the power in the
You
anointing.
can join us on X, use the hashtag JoySMS. Then on WhatsApp 055-1111-997.
Will prosper you.
Coming up is the news at 6.
Rise, arise, arise, and let us build. The God of heaven, He will prosper you and I. So arise, 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 and let us build. Adishime, Jobo, yeah, yeah, Jobo, yeah, yeah. Ejimani miri, waso, enanime, Jobo.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Joy News at 6. It's live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 and in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates. Also live on myjoyonline.com, X Spaces, YouTube, and on Facebook. Coming up, Ghana and Zambia set to sign 8 memorandum of understanding, including a visa waiver agreement later today, with details of President Mahama's visit to the country.
The first time in the history of Ghana-Zambia relations, we are going to have a free visa between our two countries.
Also, minority backs moves to pass legal education reform bill by end of next week.
If you ask whether it has the blessing of the minority, I would say yes, it has the blessing of the entire parliament.
Meanwhile, Minority Chief Whip calls for a revisit of former President Akufo-Addo's proposal to rename University of Ghana after J.B. Dankwa.
I was struck when a call for the University of Ghana to be named after J.B. Dankwa received a lot of apprehension. It saddened my heart.
In business,
Motor insurance tariffs set to go up marginally from February 16. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
these and more with me, Mamyesi Nyamiche Thompson. Please stay for details. And this morning, Ghana and Zambia are set to sign 8 memoranda of understanding later today, including a visa waiver agreement that will ensure citizens of both countries do not require visas to visit each other. Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kujeto-Ablakwa made this announcement during President Mahama's interaction with the Ghanaian community in Zambia. But first, the arrival ceremony for President Mahama at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbagba reports from Zambia.
Different cultural troops were present at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport in colorful dresses to welcome President Mahama. The Zambian president arrived by a chopper. A few minutes later, President John Mahama and First Lady Lodina Mahama held hands as they disembarked from the aircraft to begin their 3-day state visit to Zambia. President Mahama hugged Zambian President Hichilema, and First Lady Lodina Mahama also embraced the First Lady of Zambia, Mutinta Hichilema, after the arrival at the Kenneth Kaunda Airport. There was the presidential salute, guard of honor inspected by President Mahama, and an interaction with the Ghanaian community.
I do come home every so often, and I love Ghana, and this place is my second home too.
What is it like here in Zambia? What do you love about Zambia?
It's a peaceful country. I like the fact that it's an open economy, so anyone is free to come and invest.
I've been here since 2020.
Tell me, in terms of religion, can you give us an idea of what it is like here?
Here there is no discrimination about whichever congregation or Christian denomination you are coming from.
Now, Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kujeto-Ablakwa says the two countries are set to sign a visa waiver agreement that will ensure no visas are required to visit each country.
One of the major outcomes of this state visit, which you hear President Mahama talk about, is that for the first time in the history of Ghana-Zambia relations, we are going to have a free visa between our two countries. So you no longer have to stress about visas. So we are going to have a visa waiver agreement. And it is one of the conditions that President Mahama gave us for this visit.
And you heard the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kujeto-Ablakwa. Now, the minority in Parliament has thrown its weight behind the Legal Education Reform Bill, clearing a major hurdle for its passage by the close of next week, even as some legal heavyweights raise concerns. The ranking member on the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, Kwame Enyemedu-Entry, says the minority backs the bill in principle but wants its safeguards firmly enforced. And the bill, sponsored by Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Nelson Daviamapo, aims to break the monopoly of the Ghana School of Law by decentralizing legal training to accredited law faculties.
So we will be going to the consideration where we will be considering each and every thing. And this will be done at a plenary, and every member of parliament that is interested would come in now, bring their suggestions, fine-tune everything, and what they have done. Then it goes to the presidency for assent. So if you ask whether it has the blessing of the minority, I would say yes, it has the blessing of the entire parliament.
Minority Chief Whip Frank Anadon is calling for a renewed national conversation on the proposal to rename the University of Ghana after J.B. Dankwa, founding member of the defunct UGCC. The idea, first pushed by former President Akufo-Addo, stalled amid strong public opposition over its merit. As part of activities marking J.B. Dankwa's death, Ebuaka South MP Kingsley Ajaman rendered a commemorative statement ahead of further comments from Mr. Anadon on the matter.
The experience of Dr. J.B. Dankwa under the Preventive Detention Act reminds this House that the erosion of liberty rarely announces itself loudly, but often returns quietly through practices that normalize excessive restraint, prolonged detention, or punitive bail conditions that test the boundaries of constitutional reasonableness. It is therefore not as a political claim, but as a historical conclusion that this statement submits that Dr. Dankwa's life, ideas, and sufferings compel us to eternal vigilance.
Mr. Anodon says he was surprised at the fierce opposition the proposal by former President Akufo-Addo to rename the University of Ghana after J.B. Dankwa faced.
I was struck when a call for the University of Ghana to be named after J.B. Dankwa received a lot of apprehension and even condemnation. It saddened my heart that such a personality would be treated the way he was treated. But I also concede that the remembrance of our forebearers should not reflect in monuments per se. But it was sad that we received these apprehensions in the call for the University of Ghana to be named after him.
The controversy over plans to rename the Kotoka International Airport is deepening, with Gadangme youth backing the move to drop Kotoka's name but opposing the idea of renaming it after Accra. Instead, they want the country's main airport named after a distinguished Ga indigene. Speaking on the polls, Gadangme Youth Association PRO Henry Oko Oninku said the renaming is welcome but argued that honoring a respected figure from the Ga traditional leadership will be more appropriate.
So all what we are saying is that we side with what the majority chief whip is saying. At least when you go to Ashanti region, I'm told the airport is named after one Prempeh International Airport. As Ghanaians as we are, we would also be very grateful to government if government can say that you have prominent Ghana chiefs, Numo Kwabraboni, Ninta Kitawia, Ninta Akikomi. Any of them can be named after the Kotoka International Airport. So
Associate Professor of Finance at Andrews University, Professor Williams Kwesi Pepra, is calling on Ghanaians to prioritize locally produced food as a way to sustain Ghana's ease in inflation, which dropped to 3.8% in January, the lowest since the CPI rebasing in 2021. He spoke on the polls on the Joy News channel.
If you go back into like the last 5 years, Ghana's food basket determination or the CPI indexing is really affected by food, agricultural production. So we should focus on making sure that, one, we are able to produce more and also eat what we produce. Also, if there is a way that we can store because of the seasonalities of the weather and also the farming season in Ghana, so that in periods where we may not find the tomatoes, the onions that we all know, there should be enough in the system, and that will be able to bring down the prices or stabilize the CPI indexing.
The Accra Metropolitan Assembly says it will begin arresting and prosecuting fishmongers who dry fish under unsafe conditions as concerns grow over a looming public health threat in parts of the capital. The latest Joy Clean Ghana campaign uncovered fishmongers in Jamestown drying freshly caught fish on busy road medians, exposing the food to vehicle emissions, dust and other contaminants. Florence Kuchi is public health officer at the AMA.
For all the 3 years that we keep on educating them, the assembly was not having a direct court within the assembly, the metropolis. So transferring all these women from where we are to a far distant court and farm, it incurs a lot of cost. But now we have our court with us. And as I'm telling the Senate, tomorrow morning you will hear that we are prosecuting these women. Even the system of the fish we could not collect because they were mixed with human excreta.
Now, the EPA says it is reviewing existing policies and rolling out new regulations to address rising air pollution across Ghana. There's more in the following report.
2 decades ago, Ghana's population stood at just under 19 million. Today, it is close to 32 million. That growth has come with more vehicles, more industries, and increased burning, all adding to rising air pollution, especially in major cities. The Environmental Protection Authority says the trend is worrying. Winston Amoah is head of the Air Quality Unit at the EPA.
The pollution level across the monitoring locations is showing an increasing trend. So it means for some of the monitoring stations. So it means that for those areas, it's a source of concern because the levels are going up.
And that's how we end this morning's bulletin here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Amiesi Nyamicha Thompson. Up next is Business on the Sip of the Morning Show with Daryl Kwao.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, you go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs be dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Brush, get to it. Get to it.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush your teeth right. Brush your teeth. Brush your small and hard. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give your smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Syntax Tango. Syntax, hey, tough, very strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, tough, very strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start. Syntax
Ama, big news! Star Oil is now the largest oil marketing company in Ghana.
Wow, that's huge!
Yes, so the largest distributor of petroleum products in Ghana. Ever since I switched to Star Oil, my car runs smoother. The fuel lasts longer, no strange engine sound, just clean, powerful performance.
Oh, same here. I used to refill every 3 days until I switched to Star Oil. Now, my fuel lasts way longer. I don't know what magic is inside, but my car loves it.
Exactly. It's not magical. From Accra to Kumasi to Tamale, Star Oil day everywhere with 240 filling stations and counting. That's why more Ghanaians are choosing Star Oil.
Hey, my tank is almost empty. I am heading to Star Oil right now before the queue starts.
I'm right behind you, Ama.
We set out with a mission to serve better and lead boldly. We're proud to say we are Ghana's #1 oil marketing company. To our loyal Star Savers across the country, thank you for believing in us. Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Why shall I tin way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Speak Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, and Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Time now for the Joy Business Report, brought to us by Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature, and Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Daryl.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm great. Friday Eve.
Oh, yes, Friday Eve. Yes, if you're a man who loves Friday, today is Friday Eve.
Yes.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, you know I love Friday, so it's normal.
You're born on a Friday too.
Yeah, I was born on a Friday. These days I don't, one day I went somewhere, the person said, oh, so you are Kofi? I said, yeah. These days, Winston Amoah for short. We don't say Winston Kofi Amoah like we used to do in the past. In the past was Amoah Winston Kofi. Surname first.
I don't know why people do that.
No, but that's surname first.
Yeah, I know that usually. I don't know whether it's a school register or something.
Yes. So your surname first. So Amoah and Winston.
But even
Kofi.
after school, people introduce themselves that way, and I wonder why.
Because they had become used to. That's how they introduce themselves throughout. You're always introducing surname first. So yours will be Kwao, Daryl, Secho.
Oh, sounds weird.
Yeah, sounds weird, eh? Anyway, look, Daryl, this morning we're having a great conversation about your financial well-being, and the focus this morning is on managing debt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at what point do you go for a loan?
At what point
must you go for a loan? Do you just take a loan because the funds are available, or do you take a loan because you need it? But even if when it comes to need, when it comes to want or need, at what point do you say, this one, I definitely need to use a loan to do it?
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the conversation we're going to have this morning. Because you see, it's become important because, can I send you Momo? No, I'll give you a different number. People owe.
That is true.
And last time I listened to Lexus on the drive. He said, have you experienced this before? Your friend took money from you and never paid. And the stories shocked me. People who had borrowed from friends and didn't pay.
And they wouldn't be honest about it.
No. So it's important to know the point at which you say, I can go for this. Okay? There are people who start work and the next thing they're looking at is that I want to take a loan and buy a car. Must you take a loan and buy a car
when they don't even need it?
Yeah, just because you want to drive to work, or that car must contribute to your well-being and income generation in a way that it would contribute to the repayment of the loan.
Mm-hmm.
You see? It's not just about buying a car. Because if you buy a car, you're going to fuel it. If you don't have the funds to fuel it,
that's true.
Why do you buy it? You're going to maintain it. If you don't have the funds, why do you get it?
Yeah, and the truth is, so many people are walking around in suits, looking nice, but saddled with debts. That's
the problem. That's the problem. So
they're unable to pay. So
yes, we need to have this conversation. That's what we're going to be doing here on the Super Morning Show. Okay, so for all of you who have been asking yourself, do I need to go for a loan or I don't need to go for a loan? This is your show. Stay with us. We'll tell you the point at which you need to go for a loan, the type of loan you need to go for, and what to do when you owe. Sabute says when you owe, pay. Yes.
It's not easy.
Well, but you have to pay eventually.
Yeah, you have to eventually.
But Daryl, this morning also, inflation is reduced from 5.4 to 3.8. I was reading the story on myjoyonline.com and I saw this comment again. We've seen this over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw was about how come we are not feeling it.
Probably wages haven't gone up as much as they should. Otherwise, there's still high transport costs, utility prices going up. I mean, so many things.
Well, the thing is, inflation is only telling you
the rate at which prices
increased in the last month compared to the same month last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but before we do that, and it's a national average used for economic decision making and all of that. But it's also important we say this all the time. We're talking about rate of increase, but for every product in the basket, there's a weight on it. So you first of all would have to look at the weight, and the weight will determine the contribution of that product to the annual inflation rate. If your rate is, there was a time that dog meat had 100% inflation rate, but its contribution was 0.00.
So it also depends on the item.
Exactly, it depends on the item. It also depends on where you are. The Northeast has 11.8% inflation. Savannah has 2.6.
Wow, the disparity.
Yes. Your personal inflation can always be different from the national average. This is a national average. But we'll get into this conversation here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It means we can bring you the trumpet. Who gets the trumpet this morning? Brought to us by ECG. Stealing electricity is not patriotic. Call 0302-611-611 to report illegal connections for 6% of the recovered amount as your reward, Darrell.
Yeah, I'm just feeling this morning that at least it's small progress that we can say that inflation is at 3.8%. There was a time we're headed for 50% and all. And so today I just want us to trumpet the fact that inflation is at 3.8%, and I don't know who takes the credit.
The Bank of Ghana, the Finance Ministry.
Yeah, they would take the credit for that. And okay, so we want to trumpet them this morning.
All of you at the Ministry of Finance and at the Bank of Ghana, we
keep
say
doing trumpets. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, motor insurance tariffs set to go up marginally from February 16. Also coming up, commercial banks commence reduction in interest rates beginning today as they respond to the Ghana reference rate cuts. Also, Ghana Statistical Service advocates new policies to address high regional inflation rates despite the reduction in the national rate to 3.8% for the month of January. Details coming up. My name is Darrell Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua on KT Radio. Now, be prepared to pay a little more for your motor insurance tariffs beginning February 16, 2026. This is because the National Insurance Commission has given its approval for the new rates to apply to all non-life policyholders. Details in the following report.
According to persons close to the regulator, the move has been influenced by some developments in the economy backing this upward review. Sources say this will ensure that insurance companies are able to meet their obligations to policyholders when needed. The expected review, we understand, will affect all categories of non-life insurance policyholders. A letter from the National Insurance Commission, seen by Joy Business, reminded the various players to stick by the approved rates, which could see policyholders pay about 20 Ghana cedis or as much as 100 Ghana cedis in terms of the increment. It is not clear for now how much this could impact the cost of operations of commercial drivers and how that could affect efforts to try and reduce transport fares in the coming days.
Commercial banks will, beginning today, start reducing interest rates charged on loans by a margin. Now, this was after the Ghana reference rate, a key benchmark for certain interest rates, was cut by more than 1% to 14.58%. This will impact on the cost of servicing current facilities by businesses. John Amoah is Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks.
The new rate will then go into the sanction decisions of the banks. But one thing that we all have to note for sure is a reduction in the rate does not necessarily change the risk profile of a certain client. Of course, the more affordable the lending rate is, the better the propensity customer to to repay the loan, but it doesn't change the overall risk profile of that customer. So to the extent that the credit environment is still a bit shaky, you may not see the risk premium reducing significantly for the full force of the benefit to transmit into the new lending rate. If you go to your bank today, the reference rate the bank is going to add the risk premium to is the new Ghana reference rate, and that should give you a reduced rate.
John Amoah is Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks. The Ghana Statistical Service is calling for targeted regional interventions to help reduce prices of goods and services across the country. Even though inflation fell to 3.8% for the month of January this year, some regions continue to record double-digit rates. James Ishan has more.
The data represents a significant drop from the 23.5% recorded in January 2025 and a further decline from the 5.4% inflation rate in December 2025. However, regional disparities persist. The Northeast region recorded the highest inflation at 11.2%, while the Savannah region posted the lowest at 2.6%.
We have regional differences, which shows that Northeast recorded the highest inflation at 11.2%, and Savannah recorded the lowest at negative 2.6%.
Government statistician Dr. Hassan Idrisu urged government to sustain effort to stabilize food prices and increase investment in storage, irrigation, transport infrastructure, and market access to help reduce regional inflation disparity.
For government, it's important to sustain the fiscal discipline, continue efforts to stabilize food prices, and invest in storage, irrigation, transport, and market access to reduce regional disparities. This creates space for planning, confidence, and recovery.
Both food and non-food inflation eased during the period. Food inflation declined to 3.9%, while non-food inflation also slowed to 3.9%, although non-food prices rose slightly on a month-on-month basis.
Food inflation at 3.9%, non-food inflation at 3.9% as well.
The Ghana Statistical Service says to sustain this inflation trend signals improving macroeconomic stability, which could help ease cost of living pressures for households and businesses in the months ahead.
While still on inflation, economist Professor Peter Korte is advocating increased investment in the agri sector to help contain food inflation.
Clearly, I like the way the data is aggregated, so it tells you what to do as a government. If we are importing inflation, then it means that, which is slightly higher than the price of locally produced goods, then the obvious policy choice is to continue to support local production. Yes, we are benefiting from the good weather, but I don't think that is sustainable. Let's support the value chain. Let's have irrigated agriculture.
All right.
Let's ensure that storage, etc., is supported so we can continue to enjoy stable food prices.
You heard economist Professor Peter Korte. The Ghana Revenue Authority has announced measures to identify businesses failing to file their value-added tax. The GRA in January this year commenced the implementation of the new VAT expected to increase revenue collection. Commissioner General Anthony Sapon explains that the establishment of an enforcement and compliance team is aimed at supporting businesses to understand the tax handle. He believes this will help the authority close the gap in VAT collection.
In respect of this national VAT compliance team, their core mandate is to encourage voluntary compliance of the VAT reforms, to educate and to support businesses so that they voluntarily comply. The second one is also to come out with all the strategies and actions that will ensure enforcement of the VAT obligations, because as we have already indicated, in December we did an experimentation and we noticed that 3 out of every 5 businesses were not complying with their VAT, and therefore they will come out with the strategies and actions that will ensure that 1, we are identifying such businesses, 2, we are approaching such businesses, and 3, we are either encouraging or using enforcement mechanisms to ensure that they fulfill their VAT obligations.
Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapon. Now, second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Matilda Asante, said it was called for the inclusive growth of Africa's payment systems. She stressed that trade agreements alone are not enough to drive trade on the continent. According to her, strengthening Africa's payment infrastructure would not only deepen trade integration but also enhance skills development and unlock new economic opportunities across the continent. She made the remarks at the 2026 Africa Prosperity Dialogues.
Africa must increasingly be settled in African currencies, all the transactions done in Africa, through African infrastructure and supported by African institutions. And we believe that central banks play a very critical role in fostering this innovation. Removing these barriers will unlock scale and strengthen competitiveness, as well as expand opportunities across Africa. Our collective priorities, we believe, must be to harmonize regulatory standards across borders, advance licensing passports across African countries, strengthen digital public infrastructure, expand cross-border mobile money and instant payment pilots.
Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Matilda Asante Siedu, speaking at the 2026 Africa Prosperity Dialogues. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Time for Investor Eye, and ensure that the courier service companies you employ to do your deliveries are duly licensed by the Postal and Courier Regulatory Services Commission. Licensing of courier services and e-commerce platforms form part of efforts to reduce fraud in that sector. Listen.
We are just continuing to educate the public that ensure that the person delivering your items is licensed with the commission, just so that when there are issues with your delivery, when you have complaints about how the items were handled, even when you have complaints about their pricing, we can intervene and see how the commission can help solve those matters. But once you are licensed, we don't have records of you. So once you allow an unlicensed operator to deliver your items, you mention the name when we go through our register. We don't have any such operator. But if the person is licensed or the entity is licensed with us, then we can trace.
As Apeno, Executive Secretary of the Postal and Courier Regulatory Services Commission there. Well, before we go, let's look at the markets for you this morning. On the commodity market, crude oil selling at $67 a barrel, gold open trading at $4,853 an ounce after an increase from yesterday's trading. Cocoa is selling at $5,654 a ton. Also on the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedi 16 pesos. That's what major commercial banks are offering their clients. It appears we added a peso. Also, the British pound going for 15 cedis 21 pesos. The euro going for 13 cedis 13 pesos. And the Forex Bureau is quoting the dollar at 11 cedis 94 pesos. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Back to you, Winston, and the team.
Thank you very much, Daryl. So yesterday it was 11:15, and the Forex Bureau were quoted at 11.95.
Well, so the interbank market adding a peso at the Forex Bureau is shedding a peso. So yeah,
okay, it's interesting. It means that there isn't a lot of demand at the Forex Bureau on the Forex Bureau. So, oh boy, you need to motivate people to get in there. Anyway, let's have our inspirational song for today. But Daryl, have you been following the the Rasta monkeys on the reels? Those guys who have been asking questions.
Oh, I'm totally clueless.
You're clueless. Okay. You don't know the quick question, Father.
No.
Okay.
I have to check it out.
Well, there's one that I saw that said, quick question, Father. They say education is the key to success, and the senior monkey says, no. It cannot be. He says, why not? He says, well, if that was the case, like teachers would be millionaires. That's on a lighter note.
That's a great one.
Let's enjoy our inspirational song for today. It's Team Eternity Ghana with some old classics.
I'll
And that's Team Eternity Ghana with some old classics here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, which means we can get into the news review. And my guest presenter for the week, Eric Owusu-Sai, still here with us. Eric, good morning.
Man Winstonia.
Yes, I.
With the pan.
Jaja we still. And the man all the way in Germany, Kojo Akoto-Boateng also joins us for a news review. Kojo, good morning.
Teacher Kofi, good morning. How are you?
Oh, as you can see, God is still taking care of his children. And
Council, good morning. How are you too?
I'm doing great, Kojo. Glad to have you.
Sorry, I can see from your dressing that you are feeling cold, but that's okay. That's okay.
They need to sell light soup in the pharmacies here so that you can just go in, get some light soup, hot pepper soup, and drink. Easy.
I thought you said you were looking for, some Ghanaians who had, who would be helping you. So let them prepare some hot pepper soup for you. Mm?
In fact, last night we had wachi for dinner.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good.
For dinner.
You don't want to try anything new.
No.
I told you.
Kojo is not in the mood for that.
Okay. Anyway, let's get into our Drive Safe campaign this morning, brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, and supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection. You know what to do. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. But today, my tip is on using high beams. Okay, so we know that our roads are very dark sometimes, and so you get onto the road and you find people using what we normally call their highlights. But when you see another vehicle, boy, I beg you just would have to reduce that. Turn that off. Okay, because when you use the high beams, you blind the opposite vehicle and makes it very difficult. And when you do that, you're not just putting his life at risk, you're also putting your own life at risk because he could run into you. Okay, so that's my tip for today, which means we can learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
So I told you, Eric, yesterday that Carl Amper, who listens to the Super Morning Show all the time, sent me something on about silent. We've done this before, but a bit of revision. I had some people making that mistake.
Coast Refinery, and the back page of the Daily Graphic, Coast Refinery, and the back page of the Daily Graphic, 130 million daily deficit impacting reliable water supply, a new franchise system, safe, secure, ECG assures.
Great. The Business and Financial Times for this morning: GSS urges wider NHIS coverage. Sanitation investment to accelerate poverty reduction. Gold Board begins local refining of ASM gold, and inflation falls to 3.8% as price pressures ease for 13th straight month. Still here, an investment. There's a feature: an investment in African education is an investment in a brighter future. And real estate minute: why is Accra's real estate more expensive compared to other African countries? Back page 3, $35.7 million Happy Program investment delivers strong gains in agri-business. And MTN partners thrive and shine to promote AI literacy and digital inclusion. What do you have, Kojo Akoto-Boateng?
I have the Daily Guide, and on the front page of the Daily Guide, Henry Oseakoto is tipping Kojo Bonsu for NDC flag bearer. Now, the vice president was at the Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2026 yesterday, and she says that we should develop strong finance institutions for regional projects. Nana Akufo-Addo backs Bawumia after victory. There's a photo of Bawumia and Nana Addo after Bawumia visited Nana Addo in his home. And Galamsey Rehabilitation Project. Government reclaims 800 acres at Nyankumase. And AG closes Wontumi facilitating illegal mining case. That's all for the Daily Guide this morning.
So if you look at the New Republic.
Good morning,
Good morning. How you doing?
Who pray?
Yeah, good morning.
There's this story that I find very interesting.
How are you?
I'm very good. I mean, this is an interesting story. It says,
so let me introduce you first.
Hey,
now go ahead.
Okay. They said, who in the minority caucus? Another prep plots Afenyo Markins ouster
as MPP splinters, cash, betrayal, and a three-way battle for MPP. So that's very interesting. And then government targets booze ads in looming legislative fight. Buffer stock agency revives. Galamsey chief eyes NPP chair. That is all in the New Republic.
Interesting.
The overseer, finance minister praises Gold Coast Refinery over Gold Board partnership. 169 NDC MPs back Hajia Minadam for Ayawaso East MP seat. And now Toshi calls for unity and congratulates Bawumia on his victory. Africa must unite to unlock continental prosperity, says Professor Nana Opoku Ajaman.
Okay, which means we can go for the online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest. And this morning, myjoyonline.com leads with state monuments are for patriots. CPP slams talk around renaming Kotoka Airport. Parliament adopts report to expand legal education in Ghana. Okay, so those of you who want to be lawyers, if that bill is passed, it means you don't have to, go through a very long process of sitting exams for the School of Law. If you don't pass, you go home, come back later. You just have to, go through the universities, and then you sit that independent paper. If you pass, why not? Mahama to seek parliamentary approval for sale of public lands is also here. And Ghana's gold refinery kickstarts, but Galamsey gold risk shutting out premium buyers. DV plates cost 417.25, not inflated rates. That's the DVLA boss clarifying. And I know his mind, character, and love for Ghana. Kufado backs Bawumia after NPP victory. Takrady Circuit Court remands 13 suspected illegal miners into prison custody, and Ghana reportedly killed dozens in Nigeria as U.S. military deployment confirmed. All of this, if you get to myjoyonline.com, then citynewsroom.com this morning. It also leads with we inherited a sick country with governance in tatters. That's according to President John Dramani Mahama. Inflation at 3.8%, but borrowing still costly. Professor Bob Ping questions rate rigidity, and 3.8% inflation drop contradicts reality upon Kroma. Ghana, Zambia reached landmark visa waiver agreement, and Professor Safwedu says declining trust in clergy linked to spiritual crises. Okay. Mahama seeks parliamentary regulation of public land sales, and Mahama sets April deadline for SOE annual reports. And Valco CEO says integrated aluminium plant could create 5,000 jobs. And productive debates needed in this session. Oforikrum MP tells majority inflation drop may not reflect reality on the ground. That's
3 more stories.
Economists, yes.
Online, gna.org.gh. Staple food prices drop marginally in Kajebi district. And graphic.com.gh, running of specialized training programs under Mahama Care Initiative, GTEC, to fast-track accreditation. And regional breakdown, how Bawumia secured 14 of 16 regions in NPP flag bearer race.
Okay, let's get into the details of these stories. Santi, you are in Parliament.
Winston likes a lot of controversy. I think this is a story that
because you are in Parliament.
Yes, and also because right after the election, there was all over. And in fact, I had to make a post on the day of the election itself with calls. I mean, with all the things that was happening in the food too, there were a lot of calls that Alexander Afenyo-Markin may be on his way out as minority leader. But this is a story written by Gifty Boateng in the New Republic. It says a political earthquake is rumbling beneath the surface of Ghana's main opposition party. The New Republic can authoritatively report a high-stakes coup fueled by bitterness from the recent presidential primaries and personal ambition is being orchestrated to remove Alexander Afenyo-Markin as minority leader in parliament. Multiple deep-throat sources within the party's highest echelons have confirmed the plot, spearheaded by the name someone, and they say this has splintered the caucus into 3 rival camps, each with their own agenda. This clandestine war threatens to blow apart the party's unity and hand a crippling advantage to the governing NDC, just as the NPP prepares for the 2028 elections. And I know, Winston, you have a lot of deep truth sources. On the day of the primaries, that was Saturday, we were told of what was happening in the Futu, where there was an allegation that Alexander Afenyo-Markin was sitting right by the by the Electoral Commission officials looking at delegates as they came in. Of course, there was a statement from him categorically denying that. But even prior to that, there were a lot of talks about whether or not Alexander Afenyomakin was fully committed to Dr. Bawumia. We know now that Alexander Afenyomakin has explained that because of his deep relationship with Kennedy Japan, business partners, long-time friends, he had to support him, and he did so. And in fact, he has said that the relationship with him is unsoiled. Since then, there have been a lot of talk within Parliament, outside of it, a lot of people telling us that there may be a change coming. Of course, since then, we've seen the minority quite sort of unite. They've gone to the flag bearer's house with the leader leading them. At some point, he joined them and all of that. But the chatter is still not being quietened. There seemed to be an attempt or claim of that the minority leader may be on his way out.
In the interest of the NPP,
yeah,
they need Alexander Afenyomakin,
yes,
as minority leader. You are in Parliament.
In fact, I wrote on X on Saturday that, listen, given the numbers of the minority currently, there is absolutely no one who can do the kind of quote-unquote disruptive job that Alexander Afenyomakin does.
Because you see,
need that.
And Alexander Afenyomakin, as a leader of the minority, has this unique way of going about things. Of course, he's a very good litigant. His legal background helps him. Even when he's out of order, he has a nice way of using the law to his advantage.
Of bouncing back.
Exactly. That's not a person you need to push away. But let it also be put on record that, yes, Dr. Bawumia has been elected flag bearer of the NPP. Unlike the NDC, in the NPP, the flag bearer is not
the leader
of the party. And Dr. Bawumia as flag bearer, if he really wants to unite the party, the first thing he should do and the last thing he should ever consider doing is removing somebody like Alexander Afenyomakin or leading that because of the feeling that Afenyomakin was against him. But lastly,
because it was an internal contest.
Yes, let me just add. Must everybody support Bawumia in the race to become flag bearer? No. In fact, if everybody supported Bawumia, even the party's grassroots would not be happy. Because the party's grassroots love these things. Look, Kwegwa Sante, I know you are not 40 years, but in the build-up to the NPP primary, if I took you and said, let's go around and go and consult, the delegates will tell you to come. Because when you come, you come and oil the base. It's very important. Okay? Yes, you see, once you show up, and Dr. Bawumia would tell you that, sometimes even he had to go around and also do his own checks, because even in your campaign, people will walk up to you and tell you that the grounds is not good. We need to go here, we need to move here with money, we need to do that. It's all because there's a contest, and a contest is good for every democracy. They should allow Afenyomakin to do his work as minority leader, because he helps them. He has a nice way of critiquing. Look, you're about 87.
The numbers is almost negligible.
Yes,
so you need someone like that to be able to be disruptive, to keep up the minority in Parliament.
But I tell you, based on your intel, who has been penciled to replace?
Well, a lot.
If we are to give that room or any currency,
a lot of names have been coming up. In fact, Dominic Nitiwu names has come up strongly. In fact, before the new Parliament was actually his name came up strongly, because in fact he had served as deputy majority leader or deputy minority leader under Oseche Mensah Bonsu once. Kojo Nkrumah's name has come up strongly. Sami Oku even, but he's a first timer. Usually those people will not be the minority leader, so that is out. But there's also another Umpre who is the chief whip currently, a very, very close confidant of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. His name has come up quite strongly. So these are some of the names that have come up. The MPP has not been very lucky. They are very so-called senior guys. A lot of them lost in the 2024 election. So they have a lot of first-term MPs and second-term MPs who usually do not have that experience to be leaders. Unlike the NDC side, at the time they wanted to make the change, they could count or they could fall on so many experienced hands to do so. But I agree with Winston. In a political party, not all of you must agree. In fact, you don't have to. You just must work towards a certain goal. And once all of you are doing that, I don't think there's a point in changing that.
Okay, let's get into other stories.
Well, this is disturbing story.
Well, let's get into other stories.
An attempt at wiping out the Gaddafi family. In Libya, prosecutors are investigating the killing of Saif al-Gaddafi, son of the country's longtime leader, Muammar Gaddafi, who was ousted some years ago. The 53-year-old, who was once widely seen as his father's heir apparent, was killed during a direct confrontation with 4 unknown gunmen who broke into his home in the city of Zintan, his office said in a statement.
Sad one there. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi. But inflation falls to 3.8% as price pressures ease for 13th straight month. And so we're told that consumer inflation rate fell further to 13.8% in January 2026, marking the 13th consecutive month of decline and its lowest level since the rebasing of prices in 2021, according to the Ghana Statistical Service. And the latest data show a sharp moderation in price pressures, with year-on-year inflation dropping from 5.4 in December to and down by 19 percentage points from 23.5% recorded in January 2025. And the sustained slowdown signals a strengthening return to macroeconomic stability after a prolonged period of elevated inflation. Okay. And already, when I was reading the story on myjohnline.com, this comment about we don't feel it.
Yeah.
There's also a story about Henry Osei Akoto, not related to Kojo Akoto Boateng in any way. But a leading member of the National Democratic Congress, Henry Osei Akoto, has projected that the party's best chance in the 2028 presidential election could lie in selecting former Kumasi mayor and current ambassador to China, Kojo Bonsu, as its flag bearer.
The jostling has started.
Well, of course, once the NPP is elected its flag bearer, the NDC will take a cue from that and elect its flag bearer also. If the NPP in 2023, 2024 said it was important to have somebody from the Ashanti region on the ticket of the NPP as a running mate, if you are the NDC, you want to look at that and say, okay, so if the NPP has gone back to the north for a presidential candidate, how about we do them damage in their base and get somebody from the Ashanti region? You know, that's how politics works. And I know that the data doesn't support people voting on tribal or ethnic lines, that people will look at the economy and vote. But the reality also is the fact that if you walk up to me and ask me, does religion matter? I tell you, religion doesn't matter. Who would want to be seen as that kind of a person?
But ultimately, when they go into the booth, it may matter to them.
They do that. So the data would always tell you a different thing. The reality is that people go out there and they vote differently, and they look at all of these factors. Anyway, let me bring in Kojo Akoto Boateng. Kojo, you have any details you want to share? Otherwise, let me just get into.
Yes, I was looking at the inflation story, and I was trying to compare with inflation here in Germany. The year-on-year inflation is 2.1%, and the inflation on the previous month, provisional, is negative 0.1%, really.
Okay.
And I'm happy that we are now at 3.8%. If we are able to keep inflation in check, it means that a lot of things will be good for us. And it's also interesting to look at their basket. For example, household energy is 73.9% in weight, 73.90 in weight, and food is 104.69 in weight. And household energy has seen a deflation since October. So energy costs are reducing. I don't know how we can also invest in our energy sector such that we can have cheaper, greener sources of energy, so we don't have to deal with this PURC, ECG, Gridco regular price reviews, which always seems to go up. And so these are lessons I'm picking from here. Yesterday was good at the fair. We had a lot of engagements. We managed to speak to an air cargo company, which is looking at ensuring we can consolidate orders from Ghana and ship at a reduced cost. I heard the vice president saying that the youth are unable to export. Only 20% of youth-led SMEs are able to export. It's because there are lots of barriers. And in having these conversations here and building these partnerships, we can remove a lot of the barriers to ensure that we create opportunities for the youth and for all of us to do business. Winston.
Great, Kojo, which means that we have to go for the BBC News. But before we go for the BBC News, let's just do this simple inflation analysis. So if you were buying something for 5 Ghana cedis, okay, and last year, and you bought that, or last 2 years, and last year you bought it for 10 Ghana cedis, that would be an increase of 100%.
Yes.
If you buy that same thing, okay, at 16 cedis this year, is an increase of what? 60%. However, what you realize is that in terms of the nominal value, is higher than the 5 cedis that you saw 2 years ago. Okay, so as the base increases, the percentage of increase reduces. Wow. That should tell us inflation. Time now for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, and Glyco, we cushion you for life.
BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Anne Soy in Nairobi and James Cocknell in London.
The last nuclear arms control agreement between the US and Russia has expired. We'll speak to Nina Khrushcheva, the great-granddaughter of a former Soviet leader.
And the fallout continues after the release of millions of documents relating to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. We'll hear from Gloria Allred, a prominent lawyer who represents many of Epstein's victims.
Often girls are brought up with fairy tales, and this sounded like a fairy tale. But unfortunately, Jeffrey Epstein turned out to be an ogre rather than a good prince.
And we continue our coverage of the death of the 26-year-old Nigerian singer, Ifunanya Nwangeni. She tragically died over the weekend after being bitten by a snake at her home in Abuja. We are going to hear from her father. First though, this news.
BBC News with Danielle Yawowiecka. The Chinese President Xi Jinping has spoken to Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in calls that covered a range of subjects, including the war in Ukraine, Taiwan and Iran. Mr. Xi warned the US to handle arms sales to Taiwan with caution. Our China correspondent Stephen McDonnell has the details from Beijing.
The two calls came in close succession. First, China's leader spoke to Vladimir Putin, then to Donald Trump. Vladimir Putin reportedly said to Xi Jinping, a leader who's never criticised his invasion of Ukraine, was a good friend. And according to the Kremlin, their views expressed on the United States practically matched one another. They're all said to have discussed Iran, but no details were provided regarding specific comments.
The head of the world's largest chip maker, Taiwan's TSMC, has announced plans to make AI semiconductors in southern Japan. They'll be the most advanced to be produced in the country. CC Wei was welcomed in Tokyo by the Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, for whom the announcement is a victory ahead of a snap election on Sunday. The BBC's Will Leonardo reports from Tokyo.
TSMC had already announced a new production facility in Japan's Kumamoto prefecture, but now it's pledging to produce advanced 3-nanometer AI chips there, in an investment reportedly worth $17 billion. Japan has lagged behind its neighbours on chip making. Despite its expansion of production abroad, TSMC has faced domestic pressure in Taiwan to retain its most advanced chips there, in part as a deterrent to China, which claims the island as its own. Ms. Takaichi's short time in office has been marked by an entrenched dispute with Beijing, sparked by her suggestion Japan would come to Taiwan's defence if it were attacked.
The UN Secretary-General has warned of a grave moment for international peace and security after the last nuclear arms control agreement between Russia and the United States expired. Antonio Guterres urged Washington and Moscow to negotiate a new deal. Pavel Podvig, the director of the Russian Nuclear Forces Project based in Geneva, says parts of America won't want to do that.
In the United States, there is a very strong fraction in the political arena that would like to see no limits on the U.S. strategic forces. And there is a strong pressure to do something to respond to what is believed is China building up its strategic nuclear forces.
A prominent American news anchor has posted an emotional video appealing to those who've abducted her 84-year-old mother, Nancy. Appearing with her siblings on Instagram, Savannah Guthrie said they needed to know their mum is alive. The NBC news presenter said the family wanted to hear from the captors and was ready to listen. You're listening to the World News from the BBC. Asian stock markets have slumped, tracking losses on Wall Street, with technology firms under particular pressure. The sell-off is being driven by concerns about the costs of investment in artificial intelligence, as well as the disruptive effect of AI. The United Nations Human Rights Chief Volker Turk is due to launch an appeal for $400 million worth of funding, warning his organisation is facing a financial crisis. The Human Rights Agency, like the rest of the UN system, is having to undergo significant cuts as the United States and other donors reduce contributions. In 2025, human rights work in Yemen and Myanmar had to be scaled back. A 31-year-old Australian man has been charged with terrorism for allegedly throwing a homemade bomb at a crowd in Perth, protesting against the celebration of Australia Day last week. The device didn't explode, but police say it could have caused mass casualties. Here's our Australia correspondent, Katie Watson.
This is the first time ever that terror charges have been laid in Western Australia, an incident that police say was a nationalist and racially motivated attack targeting members of the Aboriginal community. Australia Day marks the start of colonisation, the day Britain's first fleet arrived in Sydney in 1788. Its critics prefer to call it Invasion Day, and every year on January the 26th, protest rallies take place across the country to highlight the injustices faced by Indigenous people.
A rare Rembrandt drawing of a lion has sold at auction in New York for nearly $18 million. The 17th century artist, then in his mid-30s, is thought to have rushed home to sketch young lion resting after seeing a rare live animal in the Netherlands. The young lion is sitting still, but gazing onto something beyond the frame. The proceeds from the sale will go to Panthera, a conservation charity. And that's the latest BBC News.
Hey, Andrea, challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life.
Hey.
I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I dey your side, Fidelity.
Glyco Life Micro Insurance customers, hey! Glyco Life damwase, more piafo, ya sumo e konfinche duanai, bonsumuni ya nantiye, ye damwase, ne ya semose, ye de Glyco Life app abba, ewo mobile phone swa, ama yankita hudie, ayemre. Glyco Life Micro Insurance goes digital. Sese die, uye Glyco Life ejuan koswo, ana Glyco Life enidaswa customer, ehun hiya se obenya adansidie krata, echresi wetua bibi ama Glyco. Die hiya ni se, ube downloadu Glyco Life app no, ana ye agenta, ya tituom abefu kwanso, ebe buawo, mwetumi a downloadu ewo phone so. 24 hours, ebre, any baby a wobia. Ubetumi etua wuntie ni ama Glyco. Anampo ubetumi ajusika every Glyco nchen abefo kwanso. Sanshishe edi asumdwe ebebre Glyco Life edwedifo. Baby a wo any ebrebia. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release BAM on the pack.
Yes, so the support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy to help them win at school.
Ah, then I like this one.
Your jams need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This advert is FDA approved.
Apple. I hear say you be football encyclopedia. Name 2 countries that dominated football back to back.
Italy and Brazil, legend.
You deserve to see the ultimate football experience live and color.
Enterprise Insurance Insurna Chile promo is now bigger. Just buy or renew your motor insurance for a chance to enjoy the ultimate football experience live. Feely. Hurry now. Enterprise Insurance, I'm on my way. Buy or renew your motor insurance and stand a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience. Plus, you get free fuel coupons, shopping vouchers, airtime, and data bundles. Promo runs from January to May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, trusted for 102 years since 1924. Enterprise, your advantage.
Accra to a new way of flying. ValueJet is now in Ghana, connecting you from Lagos to Accra, from Accra to the beautiful city of Banjul and back again. Whether it's business in Lagos, holiday in Banjul, or coming home to family here in Accra, we're bringing West Africa closer, one flight at a time. Reliability you can trust, fares you will love, and a welcome that feels like home. Book your journey now at www.flyvaluejet.com.
Value Jets, wings for everyone.
It's the season of the Global Football Fiesta and all Ghana is lined up to celebrate. The exciting part, you could experience live action alongside other winners in the GCB Part to Pop promo. Save, win, go!
Yes, simply deposit and maintain 300 Ghana cedis or more in your GCB savings and current account and earn points. Save more, accumulate more points.
Increase your chance to win Megagantuan prizes every month. TV sets,
cookers,
freezers,
washing machines, and lots more. Plus the ultimate
all expenses paid trip to experience global football. Yankee, here we come with GCB Part to Pop promo. Save, win, go! Get in the game 1st December 2025 to April 2026.
T's and C's apply. This promo is under the NLA Caritas Lottery platform.
GCB, your bank for life.
Wake up, good morning. Good morning.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
There was good and evil. We chose good. Why raise the time of the Most High, ye sons of men? Joy. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Destruction of the poor is his poverty, Lord. Destruction of your soul is vanity. Do you hear? I want
coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Destiny, Mama look from when you call me. Destiny, Mama look from when you call it. I wanna rule my destiny. Oh help I please. I wanna rule my destiny. Ooh, I've been blessed, I've been touched. I love Jah so much, they keep fighting me. I'm not giving up. May the realms of Zion fill my spiritual cup. Wisdom overstanding must never be too much. Give I protection day and night from even the pestilence that walk at a daylight. Destiny, Mama, look from when you're calling. Destiny, Mama, look from when you're calling. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah, oh, everybody please. I wanna rule my destiny.
And that's Buju Banton with Destiny, right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us. Quick question, Auntie.
Yay.
Have you heard? Quick question, Father.
Which one is that?
Rasta monkey. You've not seen those two monkeys.
I have no
Quick
idea.
question, Father.
Hey, quick question.
Oh, these days whenever I see it, I pause. Then, quick question, Father. This morning I saw it says, Father, is it true that education is the key to success? The father says, nah. Why so? He says, if education were the key to success, teachers would be millionaires.
Oh damn! That sounds very interesting. I mean, teachers are teaching people every day, trying to impact, and then, I mean, they say they are
the next minute their students become millionaires.
Yes, and they are still there.
So, quick question.
I mean, look at Winston. I mean, look at he has a 6-7 bedroom mansion around OED. Meanwhile, he's teacher in Impoho and all those guys.
Also, you are outing him as a millionaire.
Okay, he's a millionaire. He's a big time farmer.
Oh boy, I don't live in a 6 or 7 bedroom mansion.
No Caribbean, please.
I live in an affordable estate house. Don't go and create problems for me. I beg you. I beg you.
Yeah.
Don't create any problems.
No, I know you have to try and manage the situation, so I understand. I'm not going to push it further. I mean, you have to manage it.
But education actually opens you up, the critical thinking and everything.
I'm sitting here only because of education. I was born in Accra, of course, but I was taken to Nankasi. I don't know if you know Nankasi. It's in the eastern region, around Suhum and Kofuri. It's in the middle of it. That's why I grew up. I went to Nankasi United Primary, Nankasi Presby Junior High School. Then I went to Benkum Senior High School. The only reason why I can sit across this, I can go and interview other guys from Ogasco, Fancy Pim, the Harvard guys, is because of education. So I think if you look at it in that sense, as being rich, then fine. But of course,
talking about education and talking about l'argent is important. We have a conversation about financial literacy. And so today's conversation is about debt management. And talking about debt management, your personal debt management. Look, people say, oh, can you help me with some money? He says, okay, is this your Momo number? No, don't send it to this number.
Yeah.
Because people owe.
Yeah.
And they don't like paying.
Yeah.
So, at what point do you go for a loan? Do you go for a loan because the funds are available? And I was talking about the fact that I got a call from my bank that said, we want to give you a loan. I said, okay, what's the rate? I said, no, I'm not interested. Wait. If the rate comes down, you can come back. We can have a conversation. But the question is, at what point must you go for a loan? Do you go for a loan to engage in a business that is self-financing, that can generate the funds? Or, like many say, when you start working, get a loan, get a car. At what point do you get a car? If you're going to get a car, do you just get a car because you think I need a car?
Yeah.
Or you get a car because you think the car that you're going to get would help you raise funds? Or would help increase your ability to generate more revenue?
Or do you just want to show off?
Do you just want
in
to
some
show
instances, too, people are competing, unhealthy competition.
So that's the conversation we're having this morning here on the Super Morning Show when it comes to our financial well-being series. Okay, we want to have that conversation because we've talked about having that mindset shift, having the wealth mindset, but everything starts with money. Where do you get the money from? When Kwame Sowu came on Tuesday, he talked about how you could start something small. Last time I saw Koko Ashanti drinking some juice. I said, Koko Ashanti, where did you get this from? He said, this lady sold it to me. And I said, how much is it? I bought one. I enjoyed it. That's how it works. Okay,
Start small.
You start small.
But think big.
you must definitely think big if you start. So we're having that conversation this morning. At what point do you go for a loan? At what point do you say, I am not going to go for the loan? And if you go for the loan, how do you ensure that you are able to generate enough to repay the loan? Was it on Tuesday or Monday when Lexus had that program? Charlie, on the drive time. The stories I heard, people borrowing for weddings and things they couldn't pay. Look, all of this coming up this morning here.
And you need to pay attention to the loan application forms because you realize that as you get to the bottom of the loan application forms, the letters start dwindling. You see that
the font size becomes smaller.
The font size will start dwindling.
And that's when you
and
have
before
problems.
you know it, you are in trouble.
Approve. That's when you have a problem.
You just see it and say, oh yeah.
Let me say good morning to Dr. Edem Bani at the Accra Technical University. He says, speak the patois as the father monkey said it.
Oh.
I can't speak patois. Patois was in those days. But after dirty December comes dry January. Well, now we're in the month of love, but many of you have still not gotten into your vibe. But look, no matter the situation you find yourself in, don't let your engine suffer because of a tight budget. Total Energies, we day for you, and that's why we have significantly reduced our lubricant prices. For instance, your favorite 4-liter quarts 9000 SAE 5W40, which was 118, is now 107 cedis 50 pesos. Your 5-liter quarts 9000 Future OW20, which was 148, is now 134, and your 4-liter Rubia Fleet HD 415W40, which was 80, is now 72.50. So top quality meets great savings. You won't get these prices anywhere. Rush to any Total Energy station nationwide and enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolants at significantly lower prices. Remember, that balance you save off can actually buy Davies Gobe. For the rest of the year, choose Total Energies, choose quality. But if you've got a big dream but not sure where to start, Heritage Christian University HCU helps you grow it while pursuing your degree. Their scholar practitioner faculty will guide you to solve real-world challenges. So whether your passion lies in business, computing, health, psychology, media, or theology, HCU provides the path. Experience a university that challenges you to dream, pursue, and achieve. HCU is a chartered university and accredited by GTech. Begin your journey with us in 2026. Call or WhatsApp 05477 777731 or 030202 298399. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. But if you want extra peace of mind for you and your family, get more in it as well from Glyco Life, a life insurance plan that truly delivers. Enjoy e-health services, a guaranteed death benefit for your loved ones, and a permanent disability benefit that supports you through life's unexpected challenges. It's simple, secure, and just a dial away. Dial star 765 hash now to sign up. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Ghana, let's talk water tanks, and I'm sure by now you know the secret to real water storage. Well, if your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, then you know that it is time to upgrade, because the tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It's strong and durable and built to handle the Ghanaian weather. So rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So my people, go outside, check your tank. If it doesn't have water, the tortoise on it, then it's time to upgrade. Call 0244 335 to buy now, or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, air strong, air tough. Now at Access Bank, rewarding our customers is at the heart of what we do, and that's why we've introduced Rewards by Access, a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. So whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide. Make your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, regular shopper, or managing daily, family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. Visit loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll-free line 0800 00 400 for more details. Access Bank, more than banking.
touch. I love just so much. They keep fighting me. I'm not giving.
Would you have you renewed your motor insurance?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I've done it with Coronation. I mean,
fantastic. Okay,
insurance.
so you know what to do. Look, Coronation Insurance is making motor insurance more flexible than ever with the new pay-as-you-earn motor insurance. Now, you can buy your insurance on monthly, quarterly, or half-yearly or 6 months basis. Sign up instantly through the e-Coronation digital platform. Pay conveniently via Momo and instantly download your documents anytime, anywhere. It's affordable, flexible, and convenient. Pay small, drive covered. And remember, for every vehicle insured, an amount of 50 pesos is donated to promote road safety. That's a great initiative. Call us now on 0302 773616 or 0308 249068 or visit our head office at 35 Aviation Road, Airport Residential Area, adjacent the Nyaho Clinic. Pay small, drive covered. So it's about to go down on the 21st of February 2026. Keep an eye on X. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. But with Millennium Insurance, you don't have to worry whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance. We've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast and reliable. When life throws you surprises, Millennium Insurance makes sure you're ready. So call Millennium Insurance today on 0501 418 228 and insure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner. You know your car takes care of you every day, so now it's time to do same. Protect your car with a comprehensive motor insurance policy with the SG Ghana Sound Drive. Get free fuel coupons as your reward. You also get exciting branded souvenirs when you buy or renew your third-party policy or our new Smart Drive policy, a third-party policy with an extra layer of protection and benefits. Promo lasts from now to the 31st of March 2026. Let's help you take care of your car so that every drive feels more secure. Call 0302 214 314 for more information. Walk into the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. SG Ghana Sound Drive is underwritten by Salam Alliance General. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you. But you know, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, is introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It's hassle-free and will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. We offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. So imagine hitting the road with total peace of mind. Now that's the Asempa Super promo packed with goodies from Imperial General Assurance from now to the 30th of April. When you insure or renew your motor policy, you're not just protecting your car and yourself, you stand a chance to win instant rewards that make every drive feel like a celebration. Here's what is waiting for you: free fuel and EV charging coupons to keep you moving, free vehicle diagnosis at accredited garages, a 1-year life insurance cover for extra protection, and branded souvenirs, umbrellas, tissue boxes, and more. Don't let this moment pass. Call 0577 667 43628. Speak to your broker or visit any of our agents nationwide. Insure, drive, and win big with Imperial. Follow us on social media for all updates. T's and C's apply. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection. So, mommy, daddy, do you know why children leave home very neat and return looking so different? Well, I'll tell you, non-stop action, all the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active, and that's why they need nourishment and energy at breakfast. So give them nutritious Milo every day. Milo contains vitamin D that support energy release to help their daily performance. Milo Energy to go further, and this is FDA approved. But let me share with you the fuel safety tips for today. Replacing cracked hoses and old regulators is one of the easiest ways to prevent household gas fires. Do it today and sleep peacefully tonight. Okay, your family deserves that peace of mind, and this is brought to us by the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC. Okay, so make sure that you replace your cracked hoses and old regulators to prevent household gas fires. This is the Super Morning Show, guys. When we return after these messages, there's sports, food for thought, and birthday shouts. We'll be right back.
Welcome contestants to the final round. Winner takes all. For 1,000 points, all you have to do is give me the correct answer to the following riddle. I am one place, but with the right connection, I can be 1,000 other places. Some people call me magic. Some people call me a feeling. In me, you can be anything you want to be. I'm the most common and yet the rarest place in the whole world. What am I?
A church.
Oh, wrong. Contestant 3, what's your answer?
The answer is home.
Correct! Congratulations to our winner. Contestant 3.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcon gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good. Honey, Easter in Dubai will not be bad, crowd. What do you think?
Hey, Dubai pa! But how?
The Activa Sida promo.
Hey!
Activa Insurance is thanking its customers and welcoming new ones. Just buy or renew any Activa Insurance policy and enter into a draw where you can win a fully paid trip to Dubai. Flight, hotel, and tours all covered. And if not Dubai, you can still win TVs, fridges, washing machines, and many more.
Really?
Yes. Buy your home, motor, fire, travel, personal accident insurance, or any Active Lady solution.
Amazing!
Walk into any Activa Insurance branch or agency nationwide or dial *713 *313# now. Asida promo is partnered by Travel Planners Ghana, your travel experts, and Melcom. Promo ends 5th March 2026. T's and C's apply. Active Insurance. Our clients, our passion. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Welcome back. Time now for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN Everywhere You Go and Bank of Africa. BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, as close as a partner. And today's your birthday, Sam Boabasa. You turn 55 years today, so happy birthday to you. We'll bring you more birthday dedications after food for thought. But now time for the Sports Center, brought to us by MTN. Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go seamless today. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good, and FPAC blows your pain away. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Okay, so guys, when was the last time you really enjoyed standing in a queue? I'm not sure anybody enjoys standing in a queue. So whether it's at the bank or the grocery store, nobody has time for that, and that's why I'm just loving this new move from MTN. So if you've been wanting to switch to an eSIM, you know the digital SIM, well, MTN has flipped the script, and you can literally set up your eSIM right from your couch. No queues, no waiting, no take a ticket. Just open the My MTN app, follow the steps, and boom, your life is the ultimate life hack. So grab your phone, download the My MTN app if you don't have it already, and skip the queue today. Well, What are you dreaming of this year? If financial stability or freedom is your goal, now is the perfect time to start. Financial freedom means having the income or savings to cover your expenses and the flexibility to live life on your terms. At Standard Chartered, we can help you explore a range of wealth management and investment options to support your 2026 financial ambitions. Let's have a discussion on wealth management and investment options to help you build a strong and diversified investment portfolio. Speak to our expert at Standard Chartered Wealth Management today and take the first step towards making your dreams a reality. Call us now on 0202 027682 or 0202 220499. Email us info@scwealthmanagement.com or visit us on the 4th floor of Standard Chartered or Pebia branch or any of our branches. Standard Chartered, here for good. Thank you, Tahiru. Thank you.
Winston, Kofi, Amoah.
How's it going?
It's going okay. I came here this morning with a bit of anger and annoyance in me.
Why?
Did you see the Zambians trolling John Mahama for wearing fugu?
Yeah, well, that's what ignorance does, isn't it?
I mean, I can't believe it.
Yeah, but we took the opportunity to school them, right? So
they say he's wearing blouse.
Yeah, they don't know it.
I mean,
no, don't get angry. They don't know it.
Kwame Nkrumah declared independence in Fugu. Didn't they learn something in primary school?
Don't know
the pictures are there.
Please, you're expecting the Zambians to learn Ghana's history.
Ghana's history is global history. It's Africa's history. This is the truth.
Okay, thank you, Tahiru. Thank you. When Uncle Ibo White comes, we'll discuss this matter. Okay.
I mean, I don't. Winston, can we hold the sports for like 1 minute?
Okay, so that's your time. Not for 1 minute.
Don't do that.
Oh, I said I'm doing that.
This is the era of smartphone. You can't just Google.
Yeah, they don't understand. They don't know. I said that's what ignorance does.
How can you? That is wearing. Have you seen? I mean, look, our friends, they will just got visa-free access. They should come to Ghana.
They don't know
and learn about traditional outfits. Yes. And they were praising their president instead because he was wearing suit and tie.
Can you imagine?
Let's
get into the sports center.
Mental slavery is this. Welcome to the Sports Center with me, Fento, Tahiru Fento. Coming up,
Semenyo is going to be played in. Antoine Semenyo trying to make it look so easy. It's another. It's Reinders ramming home City's advantage. It will be Manchester City to take on Arsenal in the 2026 Carabao Cup final.
Yeah, Ghana's Antoine Semenyo. He has a fair shot at a major title after helping Manchester City sidestep Newcastle and book a date with Arsenal in the 2026 Carabao Cup final. Also coming up, Ronaldo, who turns 41 today, is expected to end his strike and play for Al Nassr tomorrow against Al Ittihad. But first, a year after the killing of popular Asante Kotoko supporter Francis Frimpong, widely known as the Napoli, concerns persist over the lack of commitment by authorities and stakeholders to prosecute those responsible. The key suspect remains at large, raising questions about progress in the case. Sports journalist and lawyer Samuel Bartels spoke to Joy Sports about the stalled investigation.
Now, my understanding really is that the case is yet to properly take off. Beyond the procedural delays, there is very clearly a lack of commitment to proceed with this case. Because whilst I do not expect that this should have been completed within a year, it is certainly not where people would have expected it to be. And it clearly shows that there's a difference between the immediate outpouring of grief and of outrage and the call for action that came from the highest level, right from the sports minister to the GFA to football fans and various other stakeholders in football within the country. There's a difference between that and commitment and action and bringing the full weight of whichever authority is involved to ensure that justice is expedited.
That's Sami Bartels there. So delayed justice for Nana Poli and his family, of course, still on Kotoko. They will continue their MTN FA Cup title defense when they host Ghana FC on Sunday in the round of 16. They head into the game on the back of a damaging 3-1 defeat to Heart of Lions in the Ghana Premier League. The Kotoko coach Karim Zito, he says they must show why they are the defending champions when they take on Ghana.
Well, I'm anticipating a good game, better than what we did in the league. One of the worst performances I will admit was against Heart of Lion, and one nice thing about football is you always have the opportunity to make amendments. And we use the Bedu Anamat to make amendments to please our fans. And being the defending champions, we have to show that we are really the defending champions.
Karim Zito there. So Kotoko then still in with a shot at a title or a trophy at the end of this season. Not so much for Hearts of Oak. They are out of the FA Cup and they are third on the Ghana Premier League table, 7 points adrift leaders Mediama. But their head coach Didi Dramani, he says he's doing his best.
I don't talk about the past. Okay. I talk about the present and then into the future. That is what is more important. Honestly, I didn't even check who was what had happened. No. I inherit what is at stake, and I objectively accept, and that is what I call I meet them where I find it, and I continue from there, and I try to do my very, very best. And that is why initially I said, if there's anything that is more than the best, I would have thought about it. But what I'm doing is my utmost best.
Didi Dramani in that interview with City. Now, elsewhere, Sports and Recreation Minister Kofi Adams, he's reiterated his earlier comments that the government will not fly fans to the 2026 World Cup at its expense. He explained that fans will be taken to the tournament, all right, in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, but with funds raised from the private sector.
Conservative government are here, and the says here after Justice Jamefe Commission, our Modium report by the recommendation Abanji to Minister, we will not use budgetary funds to send funds for tournaments. Yet the one Bekwa will have to raise the fund. Well, anything every boy and sports because me who say fans attending tournaments like this and not just for the game. Also addition. So that is why even countries are qualified for World Cup in Ukraine. They are also preparing to go.
And the sports minister speaking on Asempa FM there, practically saying that they will raise funds from the private sector to support the transportation of funds to the World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. But you can also go there on your own by contacting Latina Travels, who can help you with your visa and 3 official match tickets, 10 charter flights, top class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. You can enjoy the World Cup there. You can just call them today on 0244 260 789 or visit them at the Alisa Hotel to book your spot. Now, Black Stars forward Antoine Semenyo, he's reached a personal milestone by qualifying for his first major final. The attacker started for Man City as they beat Newcastle 3-1, sealing a 5-1 aggregate victory to face Arsenal next month in the Carabao Cup final. The City boss Pep Guardiola wants a rule change though, so new signing McGahey can feature in the final.
I don't understand why cannot play the final, honestly. So hopefully we make a letter and hopefully the Carabao Cup or whatever, they can understand that once you buy a player for a lot of money and he's not able to play for a rule that I don't understand why, hopefully they can change it, they can play. It's a pleasure to play against Arsenal, the best team right now in Europe, maybe in the world, and for many things, the stats, the consistency, the many details that they control, and as much we play against them, we will make us better team.
So that's Pep Guardiola, and he wants that rule change simply because the current rules do not allow a player to play for 2 clubs in the same competition in the same season. And McGahey has already featured in the Carabao Cup for Crystal Palace before his January transfer to Manchester City. Now, before we go, the Saudi Pro League has also been in the spotlight after Cristiano Ronaldo went on strike at Al Nassr over the club's transfer strategy. It's now understood that Ronaldo has returned to training, with senior officials expecting him to end the standoff. Sky Sports' Kavi Sohoho has more.
They feel that, look, he's made his point. Everyone around the football world is talking about it, but this game against Al Ittihad is too big for him to miss. And also, don't forget that he's contractually obliged to play unless he's injured, and we know for a fact that he's not injured at all. The reason I say this game is really important for Al Nassr is because if Al Hilal, who are the leaders, drop points in their game against Al Akdoud tomorrow, then Al Nassr could go top of the Saudi Pro League if they beat beat Al Ittihad on Friday. Having looked at Al Nassr's official X account, I have to say that there are lots of pictures of Ronaldo's teammates, also Ronaldo's manager, but since Sunday there have been absolutely no pictures of Cristiano Ronaldo at all.
That's Sky Sports reporter Kaveh Soheko on the Cristiano Ronaldo situation. So he's back from the strike, Winston Amoah. And tomorrow will be the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympic Games. That's going to be held in Milano Cortina in northern Italy. And African athletes will take to the snow to compete yet again, despite the continent's climatic conditions. That means snow and icy conditions are a rare occurrence. Athletes from across the continent continue to find creative pathways into winter sport after finding their way to the Olympic stage. At this year's edition, 15 African athletes will compete across the Winter Olympic Games, representing 8 countries from the continent. Benin and Guinea-Bissau will make their debuts at the competition. Nigeria will once again be there. Eritrea as well. And then there's Madagascar, Morocco and Kenya. And then South Africa has the continent's biggest delegation at the Winter Olympic Games with 5 athletes. Ghana will not be there this year, but we're there in Pyongyang.
Okay, nice one. Thank you very much, Fentu. But my auntie Alice Lamte says, shout out to you and a big hug to you. Okay, so you can go for the hug.
Yes, and auntie, please, I'll give you the hug back, virtual hug back.
Because of what you said about President Mohamed Fugu, how the Zambian brothers were, displaying their ignorance.
You know what annoys me?
Tell me.
Obviously, this is not from the top, so I'm sure the government officials, the government of Zambia, and all of those people know this. It's the Gen Z generation, because all of this is going on social media. Okay. You are holding smartphones, you are leaving comments, all kinds of comments.
Let me bring in Uncle Ego White, because it's time for food for thought. Brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Uncle, good morning.
My favorite about you say God is still taking good care of his children.
God is still taking good care of us, Uncle.
Yes, he is. And Excellency, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
You didn't have a dream last night about Uncle?
No. Okay. No. The first dream he had has not been productive.
Oh, he's having unproductive dreams.
This morning I woke up with a certain annoyance in my heart. So I have to text Uncle, because you see, people of Uncle's generation in Zambia will not do this thing.
Yeah, but
because people of Uncle's generation all around the continent are well educated. They know their history. It's not even our generation. It's the one behind us.
The young, the Gen Z.
They are the problem.
Oh, they are no. They are not the problem.
So your children
you see as the problem. They are not the problem.
Who are the problem?
You see them as the problem. But in their world, that's fine.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. We can't have subjective worlds.
No, but you cannot see.
Listen. In their world, we are the problem.
Exactly. Good. We are the problem. But you see, you cannot see. Look, Fentu, you cannot judge them from your world. You need to be in their world to understand and judge them. Okay?
There are some things that are universal. That's what I'm trying to say. And cultural identity is universal. Every country has its own cultural identity.
Yes,
it doesn't matter what world you come from. You have no right to mock another country's heritage.
So I think that's all I'm saying. What has happened and what has happened?
There are certain things that are universal.
We've also we've had a chance now to educate them and further sell our fugu.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now when President Mahama comes back to Ghana, okay, in all our dealings with them, we should show them the fugu. In fact, before we leave, we should even present one to their president when we go to the National Assembly.
Absolutely. I agree.
Present one to the Speaker of Parliament.
I agree.
Okay.
And let them wear it.
Yes, they can only get it from Ghana.
And let's see if the Zambians will mock their own people for wearing a blouse.
They can only get it from Ghana.
Fact.
Yes, then we'll sell it to them.
Fact.
There's an opportunity right there. You understand?
I mean, it's quite unfortunate.
So that's an opportunity.
But as you mentioned, it's an opportunity.
Yeah, so let's go sell it to them. Anyway.
Your Excellency, enjoy your day. Cool down.
Thank you.
The life will still go on.
Thank you.
Ghana does not need anybody's permission to be Ghana.
Thank you.
I was going to buy you breakfast, but because you are angry, we'll do it another time.
I don't even want the break. I'm not hungry. So please keep your food. Uncle Ebo, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you. I'll record this one and put it down.
No, it's only for today. It's only for today.
Uncle, the man said I should keep my food, so I'll record it.
No, for today.
Okay, I hear.
For today. It doesn't mean that tomorrow you shouldn't offer. Now, before I go on with my presentation, let me remind our listeners that my vow day fiesta is on the 13th and 14th. Love on the ropes on the 13th, and then Dubai or no sex on the 14th.
Sure.
And Winston, have you carried the message to your wife?
You have just reminded me again. I have to do it this morning before I forget.
Hey, Winston. Winston, no trouble.
Uncle, that's why I said you have just reminded me because I haven't carried the message.
Okay, so but you will.
I will today.
Actually, we will leave you no choice but to carry the message.
Sure.
I'll be in the studio this afternoon on the Drive Talk.
Oh, okay.
And when I come, I'm coming with the tickets, and I'll leave them behind. Okay. So now, if you like, do whatever you want to do with it.
If I like, I will still take it home, whether I like it or not.
Okay. All right. Now, my presentation.
Sure.
My dear nephew, Kobe, it is good to hear from you again. How are you and the family? I know you are very busy these days, and so let me go straight to the point. At the beginning of the year, you called to wish me a happy new year and to ask for my blessings. I asked you how you were getting on with the missus, and I quote exactly what you said. She does not appreciate anything I do for her. That is what you said. You went on to talk about all that you do to show her your love and to make her life as easy and as comfortable as you can make it. And I must admit that I was impressed with a lot of what you said. You ended up by repeating what you had said at the beginning. Uncle, my wife does not appreciate anything I do for her. Well, I am old and experienced enough to know that there are people who are hard to please, people who do not show gratitude, people who seem to throw your goodness towards them in your face. Those people are there, and they are plenty. But I also know that sometimes when we say that someone does not appreciate our goodness towards them, there is a good reason they cannot appreciate it, because it may not be what they want or need at the time. Let me break it down for you. Let's say you are itching at your back, at a spot you cannot reach easily. So you ask someone to scratch the itch for you. Then this person eagerly begins to scratch your upper arm instead of your back. Would you appreciate what this person is doing for you? In fact, I am sure that his scratching the wrong place will irritate and annoy you big time. Take that as an analogy of what happens in a love relationship, especially in marriage. More often than not, when a husband says, my wife does not appreciate me or appreciate what I do for her, it is because he is doing good things, but not the right things at the right times. The same thing goes for when a woman says her husband does not appreciate her for what she does for him. Let's say you buy a car for your wife. To you, that is a big deal, and it is a big deal indeed. After all, how many husbands manage to buy cars for their wives? Not many. But if what your wife really wants from you at that material time is for you to help with the children, then she may not appreciate the car as much. What you have done is to do a great job scratching her arm when what she wants is for you to scratch her back. First, help with the children, and then the car will become as big a deal as it ought to be. In the same way, if what you want from your wife is a good sexual experience in bed, and all she wants to do for you is to fill your wardrobe with expensive designer suits, shoes, and shirts, I doubt that you will appreciate the change of your wardrobe as much as you should. When you need sex and all your wife is prepared to give you is a change of wardrobe, she is scratching the wrong place from the spot you itch at, and you cannot appreciate it as much as you should. So, my dear nephew, I want you to sit down with your wife and find out from her what she expects of you as her husband. You may be shocked to discover that what she really wants from you may seem insignificant to you, but if that is what she really wants from you, nothing else will do. Let me use soccer imagery to help you here. In soccer, a beautiful goal can be disallowed because there was an offside before the goal. You cannot complain that you don't understand why such a beautiful goal should be disallowed when it is so beautiful. Listen, my dear nephew, do not complicate your relationship with your wife. God is so good that what a woman requires from her man to be happy is often simple and may not even involve any money. Unfortunately, we men have been programmed to think that what will please a woman must have a big monetary price tag on it. Of course, a good, nice gift once in a while is not bad at all, but that should always come on the back of your thoughtfulness and sensitivity to what she really needs at any given moment from the man who means the most to her, which is you. So, Kobe, my dear nephew, don't assume what your wife needs. Don't think of big ticket items. Think thoughtful, sweet gestures and actions. Think sweet but sincere words. But above all, engage her in a discussion on what will bring her the most joy from you. It may be nothing more than come home early from time to time and just let us sit and talk and watch TV together. Or it may be as simple as, oh, take me to the next White show. My dear nephew, it is all about discovering and understanding the love language or languages of your woman. Learn to love your wife on her terms, and let her also learn to love you on your terms. Well, let me know what you think, Kobe, my dear nephew. And let's keep the conversation going. I am committed to helping you navigate the often uncomplicated task of making a woman happy. So, stay blessed, my dear nephew. I'm waiting to hear from you. And how about you, sir? That is my presentation for this morning.
Oh, okay. I like that. Do not behave like a politician. I say this because politicians determine what people need in order to vote them back into office. You should know what it is that your partner really wants, and then you do it.
Yes.
Yes.
I call that scratching at the right place.
Okay.
Because, Winston, it's so annoying when you are itching and somebody is scratching the wrong place. Especially when you pointed the spot to that person. The person says that, no, but it's nicer scratching here.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying.
It is. It is. Thank you very much, Shankly White, for joining us.
Have a fantastic weekend. And when I get in and this evening and you are there, I'll have a surprise for you. But whether you are there or not, the tickets will be left.
Yeah, Uncle. Speaking of the next Uncle Lebo White show, which is coming off on the 13th of this month, are tickets available?
The tickets are already at the various places.
Yes.
And people can also buy tickets online. So we've made it as easy for people and convenient for people as possible.
And even Joy about FM, the tickets, yes. Uncle, let me just share, because it's at the front desk of Joy FM. Shell shops at Airport Tema Community 11 and Dansuman and at the Bachona Total Shop To place large orders or make inquiries, you can WhatsApp 0505-546-030 or call 0505-546-010. Okay. And then you can also get the tickets via the Rover app or cover short code *365*535#. Okay. And then come and watch Love on the Ropes and Dubai or No Sex. I like the bit that says, am I the first person to cheat and will I be the last? You want to show the whole world what is happening in your marriage. Anyway, for those who went to Bakatue and went to Hogbachuchu and Kwewu Easter too, Dubai or No Sex, I like that. The one says he's been taking his wife to different places. Mention the place, Bakatue, Hogbachuchu, Abuachire. Come on.
Those were the places he could afford.
Oh, yes. But he needs to save. If your wife says, we need to go to Dubai, save towards it. Don't just throw your hands in despair. Save towards it. And surprise her. But the women too should not hold the men to ransom like that. Exactly. That Dubai come on, you don't do that. Anyway, thank you very much.
Well, guys, have a fantastic day and a great weekend.
You do too.
I wish you a restful weekend.
Very crucial.
And I pray that the pocket will not be dry this weekend.
Not at all, Uncle. In fact, more oil. Thank you very, very much, Uncle Ibo White, with Food for Thought. This morning brought to us by Roverman Productions, Be the Difference, which means we can bring you the Business Minute. It's brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, my name is Darrow. Welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. Insurance customers should brace for higher costs from February 16, 2026 as the National Insurance Commission approves new motor insurance tariffs for all non-life policyholders. Commercial banks are expected to slightly reduce lending rates starting today following a more than 1% cut in the Ghana reference rate to 14.58%. The Ghana Statistical Service is urging targeted regional measures to tame rising prices after inflation dropped to 3.8% in January, even as some regions continue to post double-digit inflation. And the United States has launched a new push to form a critical minerals trade zone aimed at reducing China's dominance. The first critical minerals ministerial has brought together key partners. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Let me tell you about Anointed Engineering Services Limited, and they are into the sale of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with size ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at competitive prices. And for every generator you acquire, you will enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. The services include 24-hour emergency service, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice and sale of tower lights, as well as rental of tower lights. Locate their East Legon branch at 26 Boundary Road, close to AH Hotel, and head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway, near the Odoko traffic light. They have 21 branches nationwide, are into skill training. They operate a training school that trains students in generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals and controls, as well as solar installations, offering 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. Call them today on 0243-480-334 or 0246-423534. Anointed, the generator experts. So let's get interactive this morning. Social media messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Provident Insurance. With Provident, man, you're covered. So do you drive or own a car? Then make sure you're protected with motor insurance that you can trust. Provident Insurance offers comprehensive third-party fire and theft and third-party only motor insurance with fast, stress-free claims payment. Insure from now till March and enjoy free coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, their agency outlets or licensed brokers. You can also call 0509-374928 for enquiries or visit providentgh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN for corporate clients for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives. With Provident, man, you're covered. So coming up this morning on Big Stories, we're looking at personal debt management in Ghana. Okay, personal debt management. And it's important. Let me ask you a question. How many of you borrowed money in the last 6 months, and what was it for? Okay, how many of you borrowed money last month? What was it for? And the question will be, when does a loan make sense? When does a loan make sense, and when doesn't it make sense? And we'll get into the golden loan test. Okay. Before you take anything, let me just share. Do take the income test. Can this loan help you earn more money? Then the second test is the comfort test. After repayment, can you still eat, pay rent, and breathe? Then the return test, will the benefit be higher than the interest cost? If a loan fails any of these three tests, oh boy, it's a bad loan.
Simple as that.
It's a bad loan, and we're going to get into it, okay? And we'll also find out how you can turn debt into a strategy. How you can use your loans with clear purpose. Know that the total repayment amount upfront. Avoid stacking loans. Repay when early. Okay, repay early when possible. Sometimes you realize that, Charlie, I've got some loose money. You go and put it in there, pay, and if you pay, it reduces the principal. So it means that the repayment amount would also reduce. That is something we're going to be having more of here on the Super Morning Show, okay? And we'll top it up with showing you how you can invest and get all the things that you want so that you don't rely so much on loans. It's okay to borrow, but if you can save and do all those things, why don't we show you how to save? All of that coming up on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies, Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. And Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered. So your money deserves the safest home. With Telecel Cash, you're protected every step of the way. No risk, no worries, no long stories, just peace of mind. Dial *110# and download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Send it, keke. Stay with us when we return after these messages. We're joined by Paul Kofi Manche, who is Managing Director, EDC Investments Limited, and on your financial well-being series, personal debt management in Ghana. It's our conversation. We'll be right back after these.
There are many reasons to connect, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter, Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash. And to the suppliers at my shop,
hello, sir. Telecel Cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Make a choice. Go for it. You need support to achieve. A new verse awaits you. The Republic Verse, where you're treated as uniquely as you are. Succeed, thrive, outshine yourself. This is our verse, the Republic Verse. Join the Republic Verse and big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
When When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, land, you're covered.
This Valentine, don't just buy chocolates. Buy memories, buy laughter. Because love is not just in the air, love is on stage. Roverman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, presents the Valentine Fiesta. Friday, 13th February at 7 p.m. only. Love on the ropes.
Don't talk to me. Small cheating that I've cheated. Look at how you are overreact. Am I the first? Will I be the last?
Saturday, 14th February at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Dubai or no sex.
Where have you taken me on vacation?
We went to Kwewu for Easter. We went to Elmina for Bakatoi. We went to Keta for Hogbachocho.
Venue, National Theatre. Tickets, regular 300 Ghana cedis. Couples, 500 Ghana cedis. And 225 for our loyalty card holders. Tickets available via the Rover app. Cobber short code, *365*535#. Joy FA, Airport Shell, Community 11 Shell, Dansoman Shell, and Bachona Total. Call 050-554-6010. Partners, Koba, Gino Jollof Mix, Ebony Condom, Stan Big Bang, M Notified, Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Do you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. With sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices, you also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service, rental and sale of tile lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 21 branches nationwide. Locate us at East Legon, 26 Boundary Road, close to the AH Hotel. Call us on 024-642-3534 or 024-348-0334. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7 FM.
Keep the frequency clear.
99.7. 101.7 FM.
On you one day, on you went to the Dimbo, CK, or your moja. On you went, on you went to your shy, on you CK, CK, moja, CK, moja, CK, ma.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, Sikaya Moja, and I'm sure you've heard this song over and over again. It says that Sikama Honfe. You can buy beauty. Why not? You can. See, they say that if you don't have money and you go for a funeral or you lose a loved one, your contribution will be to park chairs at the funeral. Yes. Well, Paul Kofi Mante is Managing Director of EDC Investments. He's joined us to have a conversation about personal debt management. Paul, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Winston. Money. Somebody said it can even boost your immune system.
Oh, but that's true.
It is called vitamin M.
Well, the truth is that, you see, when you are stressed, it destroys a lot of things.
Yeah.
So if you have money, you don't have that stress. You're cool. You're calm.
Cigar.
But money is everything.
Somebody said even romance without money is annoyance.
It's annoyance. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but if you don't. Oh, money. Well, so we all need money. And, at every point, people need money. And sometimes you may not have the money that you want. People would want to borrow. But at what point do you say, this is a good loan or this is a bad loan? And, I was saying it this morning that I was listening to the drive time. I think it was on Tuesday or Monday, when Leslie asked the question, have you had a situation where a friend borrowed money from you and didn't pay? And the stories shocked me. Look, people have borrowed money. Somebody said since 2013.
Can you imagine that?
It's been 13 years the person hasn't paid. So, Paul,
Winston,
I know we've had conversations about investments and all, but I know we'll end with investment because it's very important. That's the only way to ensure that.
It's my DNA.
Yeah. You don't even. But let's do it this way.
Yeah.
When do you say, I need to go and borrow? At what point do you say, as for this thing that I need to do, even though I don't have the money, let me borrow money for it?
Thank you. So I will respond to your question, but I think I want to build up from the point that borrowing, it's not evil. Loans are not necessarily bad. So we are not here to say that loans are bad, borrowing is evil. I mean, when you look at strong economies, big economies, there is a lot of borrowing, there is a lot of debt. The issue is what you do with the money. Smart borrowing builds wealth. Emotional borrowing builds stress. If you borrow based on emotions, you will build up stress. If you borrow smart, you will build wealth. When does a loan make sense? When is a good loan? When you have to borrow, you have to ask yourself one important question. Would this loan put money in my pocket or take money out of my pocket? Is this loan I'm going to take, is it a value addition or value subtraction?
Okay.
Is it going to add value or is it going to take?
Okay, hold on a second on that, because we need to, value addition or value subtraction. So let's practicalize it. Because a lot of, you finish school, you get a job. The next thing you're thinking about is to get a car.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're going to get a car, for instance, you ask, okay, brings you comfort. But while bringing you comfort also, Paul, you need to buy fuel. You need to maintain the car.
Yeah.
So in buying a car, and my late father used to say, Obi toka ma onche wadi wa. You know, because then you need to maintain that vehicle, and that comes with its own cost. A lot of young people who are listening now and are asking, would that be a right decision? At what point is taking a loan to buy a car a good decision or a bad decision?
You see, I had a privilege, Obi toka chawa. I had a privilege of meeting a man who was not well and knew he was going to pass on, and had the opportunity to discuss, had a few discussions with him by his bedside. He had a number of properties. He had willed to his children. You know, he had 2 or 3 V8s, huge ones. He willed none of the cars to the children. He gave the cars to brothers, family members, and the properties and the investment to the children.
Okay. Did he tell you why?
Well, because he thought that the children were not at the stage where they could afford to drive it. And he had trained them, and to date, I mean, this happened maybe 6 years, 7 years ago. I know the children, they are still doing well. They have good investment, but you see them driving their Camry, their Corolla. Meanwhile, they have millions of cedis working for them. You know, so let's make it practical. When a seamstress buys another sewing machine, buys a knitting machine to help increase her cash flows, or if a tailor does that to help increase his cash flows, it's a good loan. It's not a bad loan. When a trader, I mean, we are in January, December, if you're a trader and you had to stock to make more money during the Christmas and you took a loan to do that, it's a good loan. It's not a bad loan.
Boys say you are taking us back. We're in February now.
Yes.
You don't want us to leave January.
So, let's look forward to the rainy season. You are in Abosso, wherever, and you take a loan to buy car wipers, knowing very well that when the rainy season starts, it's a period where wipers will be sold in quantities, umbrellas, and you stock. That is a good loan. It's not a bad loan. If a driver takes a loan to buy a small car for Uber, it's a loan that he or she is repaying. It's a good loan. It's not a bad loan. You know, let me make it even more practical. I took a loan, thanks to EcoBank. I took a loan, a mortgage, to buy a house.
Okay.
Within 7 years, I had finished paying for that mortgage. Okay. I was living in a rented house before taking that mortgage. But Winston, anytime you pay rent, that money is gone for good. It will never come back again.
Sure.
It only gives you a temporary place to lay your head. And you think that 2 years rent advance, 2 years is far. Oh, you will sleep. By the time you wake up,
it's 2 years.
It's 2 years. And you know what? Normally, the rent will be increased. Especially if you bought a car within the 2 years. If you bought a car and the landlord sees that you have a car, it's car bounce. So I took a mortgage. Anytime you pay rent, that money is gone. It will never come back. I took a mortgage. Immediately I took the mortgage, the house was available for me to move in. So now I stopped paying rent. Anytime I did the mortgage repayment or the mortgage servicing, I was owning the house. And I was living in the house. And I told my wife that, Charlie, now that we've taken a mortgage, look, let's cut down on some things and let's focus on the repayment. Periodically, we get some lump sum, we try to reduce. Within 7 years, we had finished paying for the house. Now the house is mine. That is a good loan. It's not a bad loan. But there are also loans that are bad loans. You take a loan to go and buy a phone to show off. You take a loan to go and buy a phone. In fact, the features on the phone, you may not even use 10% of the features. I use a phone like nobody's business. Constantly on my phone because I work with my phone. I engage with my phone. But you go and buy a phone to show off. So you take selfie. At whose cost? At whose expense? You take a loan for a wedding. For a wedding to go and marry.
Yeah, but boys must marry.
You don't need a loan to marry.
Is there? They say that When you were born, you were not there. You see, when they do the naming ceremony, you don't see it. When you die and you're being sent away to, you won't see it. The only stage in your life that you would see is when you're getting married. So you must celebrate it.
Listen, December, I was at East Legon for a couple who were celebrating 30th wedding anniversary and renewal of vows. Beautiful program. It started from morning to midnight. Oh, yes. From morning to Bedini Alpe. They made provision because meanwhile these guys married in court. They didn't even have a white wedding because they were living in some chamber and hall, and I know them very well. So some chamber hall around North Carnation, they went to the wedding to go and sign that. Look, we don't want to impress anybody. We are not in competition with anybody. Let's do what we can afford. They've seen their children through college in the US, Canada. All children are graduated. Now they say we want to celebrate 30th anniversary. Family and friends, come, make we do you show. Momra, make we blow money. So and don't get me wrong, if you can afford it, why not? But I am saying you don't go and take a loan for a wedding. You see, the first miracle Jesus performed was at a wedding, and he performed that miracle because there was a shortage of wine.
Yes.
So even in the days of Jesus, there were shortages. Everybody got the drink. So it's not.
But you see, people complained, and so there's always that fear that when people come for your weddings and come to your wedding, and then the shortage, they go out there, and we also say, and I've said before that part of the reason I do not take gifts to a wedding is that you are ready. You've had time to plan, and you've invited.
You decided to marry.
Yes, you decided to marry. I saw Ariana top plate.
Yeah,
you've invited me to come, so I will come.
Yeah,
I will show up.
Yeah,
but when you lose somebody, nobody prepares for a funeral, so that we understand. But as for wedding, you've prepared and invited.
Yes.
So you are saying.
So if you are prepared, it means that you've made enough money for the wedding. And I'll give you an example. There is a couple we cancelled. Maybe 10 years, 12 years ago, they came home. We had conversation. And normally during the counseling, money matters is part of me. So I dedicated a day to have a conversation around their wedding budget. And this event center for this, that for this. I say, hey, young man and young woman, do you have a land? You are going to blow money. You are going to do wedding dinner. You don't have a land. We managed to convince them. They cut off a number of things. I was at a wedding, PIWC, Dansuman. They ended up having their wedding reception at the basement. It was a cocktail, at the basement. So they had to go and ask for a refund from an event center they had booked and all that. But you know what shocked me? 3 years after the wedding, I'm there one day and then I get a WhatsApp from the guy. You are invited to the dedication of our first house and we want you to come and do the dedication for us.
Wow.
I'm being practical here. I don't have his permission. I would have mentioned his name. And these are not high income earners. So by the time they went to collect money from the event center, they decided that no wedding dinner. We will do a cocktail. By the time they were done with the wedding, they had some good buffer to buy a land and start small. Within 3 years, they were done with their house. And I've lost count of the number of people who will come, who will engage them, who will have conversation, do something modest. Within 5 years, people are done with their first house. So if you take money, you took a loan to go and marry, you are starting your marriage in a pit. Now you come to sea level before you start.
That's when you see your partner's face and you frown. Because you owe.
You go for the what do you call it? The wedding after wedding.
The honeymoon.
And you go and discuss loan. Charlie, this one we have to pay. That one we have to pay. And you see, the people you took the money from, they will also be at the wedding. So even at the wedding, you see them.
Interesting. They are also at the wedding monitoring how things are going.
Hey, okay. Okay. I see. The point we want to make, and we are talking about financial well-being. We are saying that loans are not bad. Loans are not evil. But you take loans to do things that will bring back money to you. So don't go and borrow for a wedding, for a party, for a naming ceremony, for a funeral. You don't borrow to impress people. It's as simple as that. You don't borrow for lifestyle upgrade. Obia to car. Among my friends, everybody has a car. So I also need to have a car. Do what you can afford.
At what point do you get the car? I mean, I'm interested in the car conversation because a lot of brothers and sisters would say, "Oh, you don't understand.
Yeah,
so I need a car."
Yeah,
I mean, recently there was a lot of conversation about public transport and all the challenges with the trotros, refusing to move and all of that. So I mean, I work in Kokomilemle. I live at Dansoman. I need to be at work very early. I live at Abokobi. I need to get to work very early. At the time from my house to work and to the station is a bit far. What do I do? Why don't I get a car? So for that person, if he needs to take a loan to get a car, is there anything wrong with it?
Well, it's also important to put this conversation in context.
Sure.
That we have unique lives. So we'll give general advice. But each individual needs to look at your unique situation and look at what works for you. But you should never borrow to look rich. You borrow to become rich. You don't borrow to look rich. So if you need a car, what kind of car do you need? If you seriously need a car. When my son, my first boy, completed his A-level, I told him that from today, you are not using Uber. And forget about a driver going to drop you. You are going to for whatever classes. You're going to see a friend. You pick Trotsky. You know how to pick Trotsky. But you'll be fine. The first 2 days, 3 days, he wasn't seeing top because he's sitting in Trotsky with Google Map. Look, or baby obesi form. After 1 week, he came to me that, "Hey, Charlie, but the thing is cheap."
Okay.
It's cheap. I have done rounds this whole week and I've spent so little. So it's an issue of the mind. It's an issue of the cash flows. It's an issue of looking long term, looking financial independence. So if you seriously need a car, do the cash flow analysis. How much is it costing me today? How much will it cost me to buy the car? And you see, the cost of buying the car, taking the loan to buy the car, the total cost is not only the loan you are taking. The cost also includes the fuel you'll be buying.
Exactly.
The cost also includes the maintenance of the car. People have sat in my sessions, a number of people have sat in my sessions, and they've moved from their own houses, the houses they live in. It's for them. They've moved into rented houses because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to live in a rented house at Dansoman when you are working in Kolebu than to live at Miwochu, at Dodoa, and say, "I live in my own house." And you wake up at 4 a.m., 4:30. The social cost, the cost of fuel, the marginal cost, the additional amount you are spending on fuel, the risk. The fact that you are not even having enough time for family, you are leaving home at dawn, and you get home tired, you get to the office tired. Because you leave home at 4:30, you are in traffic for 2 hours, 3 hours to work and back. We don't look at the cost. So sometimes people come for one-on-one session, you do the cash flow analysis, and they realize that, so if I move into a rented house at Dansoman, if I move into a rented house at Labadi, and I pay 2,000, 3,000 a month, and I look at the fuel I'm saving, in fact, I end up saving far more. This money, you don't treat money with emotion, so it's cash flow analysis, as simple as that. Several years ago, somebody came to me after one-on-one. You know what he did? He moved out of his house, rented the house out for $2,000, moved into a house and paid $500.
Okay.
What has he done? He's converted that house into an asset. And remember, the house you live in is not an income generating asset.
Of course.
He's converted that house into an income generating asset that is giving him an extra $1,500 every month.
Yeah.
But somebody, you can be emotional and say, "This is my house. I bought this house. I built it myself. How can I move out of my house into a rented house? It's an emotional way of looking at things. So the issue of the car, buy the car. If you seriously need the car, don't buy the car to look rich.
Okay.
I nearly said something. It can get me into trouble. But I'm in the studio. People cannot see me to beat me up. So let me say it. let me say it. So should I say it or I shouldn't say it?
Say it.
I'll
To
say
protect
it.
you.
Thank you for the protection. It is smarter to have a house and not have a car than to have a car that you park on somebody's compound.
I like that. So it's smarter,
yes,
to have a house,
yes,
than to have a car,
yes,
and park that car
on somebody's compound.
On somebody's compound.
Don't get me wrong. If you seriously need a car, it's a matter of the cash flows. It's as simple as that. And the type of car. You don't go and buy a 4-liter engine car. I've met people. I do one-on-one. I've met people who spend between 12,000 and 18,000 cedis a month on fuel.
Yeah. I mean, some of these vehicles you can.
Yeah. So it's a matter of the cash flows. I mean, the guys may love cars. We may love power. I don't have a problem with that. But if you love the power, you should have the one you use for the daily knockabout. So you don't end up spending. So, Winston, the whole conversation is about cash flows. Is this adding money to me, or is taking money out of my pocket? It's as simple as that.
Okay, now we'll take the test. Before we take the test also, there's something that I have seen now. And, these days, you have a lot of financial institutions and a lot of loans around. People would call you and they offer you loans. Of course, they also, when they give you loans, those become their assets. So it's always important that, they call you and ask you to come for a loan, and then you pay interest on it. And then you have this situation where people are able to engage in digital loans. They borrow from their network providers, but find it very difficult to pay. And people regularly owe. Those people who are always borrowing, from their service providers, how do they manage that situation?
Yeah, so you need to think through borrowing. You need to be sure of the cash flows. So you mentioned, let me talk about the test, and then I will respond to you.
Okay.
So when you need to borrow, before you take the loan, there are 3 tests you need to go through. Test number 1 is the income test. Can the loan help? Can the loan help you earn more money? Is this loan going to help you earn more money, or is going to take money out of your pocket? So test number 1, I'm taking a loan, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. Am I going to earn more money out of this loan? Test number 2 is the comfort test. After repayment, because loans are not free, after repayment, can you still eat? Can you still breathe? Or you go into hiding? Can you still live your normal life? So the comfort test. So you take a loan, and you, after the monthly repayment, you must still survive. Test number 3, will the benefit be higher than the interest cost? So you took a loan of 100,000. The interest rate is 20% per annum. So you are paying 20,000 cedis on your 100,000. If that loan is giving you, can help you generate 125,000, it's a good loan. Because you end up with 5,000 extra. If you are going to take 100,000 to just go and buy a TV, then every day when you are watching is your future income, because the loan is not free. Now, when it comes back to your question about these people calling you, you take these quick loans to handle emergencies, not comfort. So you have an emergency. And you see, there are emergencies that come up that if you don't confront the emergency immediately, the consequences could be dying. It may mess you up. your spouse is not well, your mother is not well, there's an emergency and you need to go undergo some surgery, something needs to happen, and you need some 10,000 quick money, you need some 20K quick money, and so they discuss the loans on Joy, so I won't take the loan. The person can die. And it will end up costing you more. So you don't take these quick loans to fund comfort and lifestyle. You take quick loans to deal with emergency. So if it's not emergency, hold on and make sure that you've done your assessment well before taking a loan.
How about those who say that so my salary is not enough, so every month I would take something small to support my salary, and so these quick loans, quick fixes become an additional way of generating income monthly?
You see, it's not an additional way. It's taking your income you haven't earned. Because that the loan you are taking, market to answer me, but the loan you are taking is not free. You will repay anyway. It's your salary is 3,000. You said 3,000, and so the salary is 3,000. It's not enough. So let me take a loan. But you will start repayment out of the 3,000. So you're going to end up with something less than the 3,000 anyway. And market to let me deal with that. You see, there is a law called the Parkinson law. The Parkinson law explains why most people will retire poor, even after earning substantial income through their working years. The Parkinson law states that no matter how much people earn, they will always adjust their lifestyle to match their salary. The lifestyle inflation. I was in Takwa, a big church conference. After speaking, I asked a simple question. How many of you are not investing because the salary is not enough? If you are not able to invest because the salary is not enough, let me see by hand, the whole church. Then I did a follow-up question. How many of you believe that if your salary is doubled from today, now it will be enough and you can save and invest? Let me see by hand, the whole church. I called 10 people at random. You come. And I'm a guest speaker. I don't even know them. 10 people at random. I give them pieces of paper. Everybody write your current salary for me. Among the 10, the lowest income earner was earning 350 cedis a month.
Okay.
In this person's mind, if it is doubled, it will be enough. A double is 700. But among the 10, there was one earning 5,000 cedis, which is more than 10 times the 350. On also sense, so it's not enough. There was one on a salary of 11,000. The highest income earner was earning 20,000 cedis a month. The guy earning 350 cedis a month says it's not enough. The guy earning 20,000 cedis says it's not enough. Why? It's lifestyle. Even the car conversation we had, ask yourself, why do people change cars? They change cars because levels don't change. People don't change cars because I need to change the car. And if you have a good car that you are using the last 5 years, the last 10 years, you are doing your servicing and it's not giving you any stress and you don't need a bigger car, why change it?
People say after 2 years you must change your car.
The Lord be with them.
Well, indeed, the Lord be with us all. My guest is Paul Kofi Mante, who is Managing Director of EDC Investments. We're having a conversation about, personal debt management. This one is you. We're having a conversation about you, how to manage your personal debt. And I like the, test, whether, if you, the 3 tests that you must take.
Yeah.
First of all,
the income test.
Can the loan help you earn more money? The comfort test. After repayment, can you still eat, pay rent, and breathe?
And not go into hiding. When somebody call you, I want to send Momo to, hey, don't send to this number. Why?
You find people, they say, oh, Charlie, can you? I'll tell you, somebody asked for help one day, and I sent the money to the number that I had, and he said, oh, Charlie, you kill me. Well, I told him, well, that's the price you pay for owing and not wanting to pay.
But you see, let me make an important point. That loan you have taken is other people's money. It's unfair that you took. The banks don't have free money. The Momo, we all have Momo on our account. It's our own monies that are being given to other people as loans. When you take that money, you don't repay. It is our money that you are not repaying. So when you take a loan, there is dignity in repaying your loans. You don't take your loan and go into hiding. So take the loan. But test 2 is you have to breathe. You need to be able to eat after you've taken the loan.
Okay. Well, so that's a conversation we're having this morning. If you have any questions for Paul Mante, you can send them via WhatsApp 055 1111 997. 055 1111 997. Okay, would love to hear from you here on the Super Morning Show. But love speaks many languages. What's yours? Well, sometimes it's a surprise gift, sometimes it's dinner for two, and sometimes it's the sound of a credit alert. This Valentine's, Stanbic Bank has got your back as you express your love effortlessly. Chewodo. When banking works smoothly, love flows with ease. Download the Stanbic app and enjoy the convenience of world-class banking. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh to learn more. Remember, with Stanbic Bank, you can share the joy of love. Okay, but if you need fuel, make that smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. With over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. And this is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuel. We still have Paul Mante, who's MD, Managing Director of EDC Investments. This message, Paul, says, Winston, what's the definition of if you can afford? I earn good money, but I have difficulty in saving since my expenses exhaust my money monthly. What is wrong if you take a loan for something important to restrict my disposable income? Paul.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with taking, and I've said this over and over. So let me repeat that we are not saying loans are bad. I took a mortgage from EcoBank to buy. So somebody is listening to us. You've been paying rent the last 10 years, the last 15 years. I took a mortgage. Within 7 years, I had done repayment and the house became mine. So we are not saying that the loan is bad. Of course, some can also use the loans as a forced saving plan. If you think that you are not disciplined. If the money come, I go chop. So I'll go and take 100,000 loan. Invest 100,000 and let them deduct every month. Then I know that the 100,000 is there. It's not money I've spent. I don't have a problem with that. Even with that, if you stretch it, you also need to look at what is the interest on the investment, what I've done with the 100K, and what is the cost of the 100K. So if you are using it as a forced saving plan, no big deal. But we are saying that don't take a loan to fund enjoyment. Don't take a loan to look rich.
Okay.
Take a loan to become rich.
Now, Daniel Mate says, please, Winston, buy a car for commercial business. It will take you to work and pick you after work. What do you say to that?
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have any problem with that. But I have a problem with going to take a loan. You drive the car for 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours in the morning, and then you park it in the sun. And then 5:30, 6 p.m., you drive the car back home. You see, it's money that is locked up in that car. So if you took a loan to buy a smaller car, it drops you in the office. The rest of the day, it is working. That work, that Uber or Bolt or whatever business that car is into, can even make enough money to repay the loan. Whilst it still drops you in the morning, and then in the evening it takes you back home. Okay. And I've taken Uber, and one time I took Uber, and the driver sounded very intelligent. So we started engaging, and I realized this is a master's degree holder, works in a big organization, who is on leave.
Okay.
And he's doing some
I actually met a guy who has about 10 cars. Okay, yes. He started, and then after some time, he bought another car for somebody, work and pay. He makes money every 6 months, or he buys another car. And so over time, he had a fleet of these vehicles. So at the end of every month, he gets more money In 3 months now, he could buy another car and give it out. And he says, work for 2 years, take the car, it's yours. By the time you work and serve him, pay for 2 years, he's bought 2 or 3 more cars. He's good to go. Victoria from Agbogba says,
and it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
The driver is happy, the owner is happy.
Exactly. Good morning. God bless the guest in the studio. We need to drum it into the ears of our young ones that they should cut their coats according to their cloth. They should never borrow money to have a wedding. The wedding conversation.
Yeah, and it's a big issue. I mean, because I do financial plan, it's a big issue. The number of people you will engage, they took a loan. And normally they will have challenges the earlier part of their marriage because they took a loan for the wedding. You see, and if you are taking a loan, the strategy is use the loan with clear purpose. Why am I taking? You need to be clear in your mind. What is the purpose of the loan I'm taking? You need to know the total repayment up front. You need to know what you are getting yourself into. And where you are not sure, you want to get somebody to look at it for you, there is no problem with that. I heard you guys discussing sometimes some of the things are in small print. Get somebody to look at it for you. There is nothing wrong with that. The bank or the financial institution or whatever, whoever is giving the loan to you, that is their business. And it's other people's money that they have, and they need to work with the money to generate cash flows. But your business is also to make sure that you assess what you are getting yourself into, and avoid stacking loans, multiple loans. And you don't take a loan to repay a loan. You are under pressure. You've taken a loan. Charlie, pressure day, it was 20% interest rate. But the way the pressure is going, you promise the guys you are not being able to pay. So then let me go and take another one at 30% so that I will clear this loan. But
what if that pressure, say you had an emergency that you needed a loan. You had an emergency, needed a loan in 2023, which is around 30%. You went for a fixed rate. There was a promotion, fixed interest. You went for it. Now the lending rates are low, so you go for another loan to pay that one off.
Winston, we are talking about cash flows. That is a good repayment.
Okay,
because it's going to cost you less. The new loan you are taking is at a lower rate, and it's going to cost you less. So there is no problem with that. So it's about cash flows. It's as simple as that. I'll give you another example. You want to take a mortgage. You are earning cedis. Don't go and take a dollar mortgage, because from day one there is a mismatch between the currency of your earning and the currency of the loan you are taking. So you've taken a mortgage, assuming 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, you saw the depreciation of our currency.
Yeah.
Assuming you had a dollar mortgage at that time, and you are earning cedis, you can die. You would have sleepless night because you wake up every day and the outstanding loan equivalent is shooting up just because the CD is depreciating.
Yeah.
So if you are taking a loan, then you need to match the currency of your earning with the currency of the loan so that you don't have a mismatch. It's important people consult. You ask for advice when you are getting yourself into some of these things, so you don't end up creating problems. And as long as loans are good, all the rich people, I mean, somebody said that bank managers, when they wake up in the morning, there are customers they pray for. God, give this man good health. Don't let this man die. He must not die now because the man owes him. And when the man is alive, the man makes money. He also makes money. So loans are not bad in themselves. We've seen a number of wealthy people who have used OPM, other people's money.
Yes.
Other people's money to become wealthy. And there is nothing wrong with doing that. As long as the thing is creating value, the value addition. We don't want value distraction. We want value addition. So let the loan bring value to us. But a lot of the time, the loans people are taking are from family and social pressure. Where people are taking loans, they are borrowing to meet family needs.
Okay. Edmond Awaite says, great presentation by Paul Mante. My question to Paul is, based on his personal observation, what are some of the biggest mistakes that young people make currently in assessing loan facilities?
In one statement, assessing the loan to look rich. People for no say me to a day. When you come to the wedding, you must know that this is my wedding. So once you are taking a loan to look good, you are not taking a loan to solve a problem. You are not taking a loan to add value. Then it's a mistake.
Okay.
Don't even start.
Okay. This one from Tonya Joe says, I reached out to help a friend in need. Now that person is being evasive. When I go after that person, they're saying you are something, but money doesn't grow on trees. The question is it okay to help a friend in need?
Yes, it's okay to help a friend in need. I've had a number of people who have helped me at the point when I needed help, who came through for me, and there is nothing wrong with that. There are things running in my head, Winston.
See them.
Okay, so you two, your friends don't have friends who all look up to you. You must also have friends who you look up to. You have friends, all your friends, nobody can lend you money. Everybody looks up to you. You always have to give money to other people. You need to build a network that is vertical and horizontal. You build network with your peers. You build network with people who are higher, people who are lower. There are times you also need to get other people who will come through for you. And there is nothing wrong with helping people. I do that. Other people have helped me. I have helped other people. There is nothing wrong with that. But helping people can destroy relationship. If you go to family members, friends for loans, and you don't repay the loan, you end up destroying the relationship.
Okay, so so in this case, he's talking about he giving money to somebody. So he wants advice on whether he should help friends when they are in need. Some say don't give out money that you cannot dash, because some people have a habit of not paying loans.
Yeah, that is true. But sometimes what people need is not what you cannot dash. It's not what you can easily give away. Sometimes people need something. So I'll give you an example of. I don't have a permission to mention a name, so I won't mention a name here. When I was taking the mortgage, the house I was buying, the money was not enough to buy the house. A friend I was working with, a senior colleague, I don't have a permission, gave me money 2012 or 2013, gave me about 60,000 cedis or 80,000 cedis at that time. That was good money. That, look, add this for the house you want to buy. So I took that money from the lady, myself, my wife. We took that money. We managed to buy the house. It took 2 years to gather enough to go back to her. So I went back to her, did my own calculation of interest. She says, no, I'm not taking interest on this money. I was only helping a brother and the wife. And that was it. So I've talked about the mortgage, but the amount I was taking with my income at that time was not enough for the house I wanted to buy. But a friend came through. And because of that lady friend of mine, today we live in our own house. So if I have the opportunity to do that for somebody, I have to do it. Okay. But of course, you also have to, know thy friends.
Very important. Ejaya in North K says, in the context of borrowing to make profit, should a person borrow to pay for an MBA or a PhD? Paul Mante.
I don't have any problem with borrowing to educate yourself for value addition. But you need to make sure that after that MBA or PhD, you can create value out of it. It's as simple as that.
Good. This one says, is it prudent to go for a loan to continue with your building project, though it wouldn't complete the building?
I wouldn't take a loan to work on a building that I cannot complete. But that brings us to another important point. Don't go and build a dream house. Do a first house. You see, a lot of the professionals, their whole confusion is a lot of professionals are salary workers are building dream houses instead of first house. So you're a salary worker, you want to build a 7-bedroom house, 8-bedroom house. And listen, drive to Tema towards Miwocho, drive to Adenta towards Dodua, drive to Kasua, you will see several huge uncompleted houses.
Yes.
And this is capital locked up.
Mm-hmm.
This is monies locked up in properties that are never completed. So if you want to build a house, my recommendation, the house you live in is not an income generating asset. Don't go and build a 7-bedroom house when you have 3 children. You have 2 children. 3-bedroom house is my recommendation. The children are either going to be boys or girls. The boys are in one room, the girls are in one room, the parents are in one room. Finish. Don't talk to me about guest room. Guess what? You live in a rented house. We are asking you to build your own house. You are thinking about a guest who may not come or who may come. When the guests come, there are guest houses around you can put them in. If it's a guest you respect, you can move the children from one room. I mean, those of us who travel, UK, other places, people move children from room. So you can have a place for your 1 week or 2 weeks vacation. And when they go into the room, they will see the children's school uniform in the room and all that. In the morning, when they are not lucky, they hear a knock on the door. Uncle, my school uniform is in the room. Nobody will tell you that. Obi demu na oda.
Emmanuel from Adenta says, please, should I take a loan to invest in my construction business when I have other properties like land to sell? Which is right?
Do cash flow analysis and see. I did financial planning for somebody who had 4 properties which were all uncompleted. Why? I said, what is this? We managed. We agreed to sell one. Immediately we sold that one. We could complete one house. And you see, you don't get full value from a house until it is completed. You can get money stuck in that property, but until it's completed, you don't get full value out of the house. Mm-hmm. And it's the reason why I was talking about this 7-bedroom and 8-bedroom. You will never finish. You use it, unless you're a businessman. If you're a salaried worker like me, and you are earning income based on monthly salary, it will take you between 7 and 20 years to finish that 7-bedroom, 6-bedroom, 8-bedroom house. And guess what? By the time you are done with the house, all your children are gone already.
And you live in it alone. This dream house concept, someone who is a teacher says, you've made very good points. I took a loan to pay my rent in 2015 and it has become a recycle.
Yeah, you will take another loan.
To the extent that now my salary goes into the payment of several other loans which I need to survive on daily basis. As of now, I can't use my mumu. Continue to educate us. So he's one of those who say, wait. I'll send you another number.
Somewhere you are in good hands this morning.
People say, wait, please. I'll send you another number. Because the moment, and you know, hey, this one says, thank you for the discussion. Kindly ask Paul, I'm building at Kufuridia at the stage of flooring. I'm working at Accra renting. Should I take a loan to complete the house at Kufuridia or take a loan to buy a mortgage house in, say, Accra? And it's Harrison Ado from Hacho.
Let's do the cash flow analysis. If you complete that house, you work in Accra, do you intend to rent it out? Mm-hmm. If you are renting it out, what kind of rental income will you get? Sometimes it's also even cheaper to complete the house and sell it. Mm-hmm. You complete the house, you sell it, you get a huge lump sum that you can use to do other things. So it's an issue with the cash flows. Don't be emotional about it. Because people see the house and they, this is my house. And it's an emotional thing. Don't treat money with emotions, else you lose money.
Great. Paul Mantes, Managing Director, EDC Investments. And this morning, the focus is on personal debt management. It's about you. Stay with us. I'm going to return after these messages. We'll get to pick your calls. But it's also important we teach you how to invest so that you don't always go and borrow. Sometimes you must use your money. So now that you have windfall, now that you're earning more, how about planning for a bad day? We'll be right back.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Hey,
Auntie Akos, my momo is finished, but I still want to buy some pepper.
Hey, you are still stressing. You haven't heard about Extra Balance from Forms Capital?
Extra Balance? Which one is that?
It's a good way to get a small boost for your momo wallet when the pockets are dry. Extra Balance will give you a little extra money to sort yourself out till your next top-up.
So, even me, I can use it?
Of course! Extra Balance helps everybody. Market women, students, small traders. No wallet left behind. With Extra Balance from Forms Capital, you get a little extra when your wallet runs low. Also, the interest is only charged for the days you actually use the money. It's part of our mission to drive community growth and financial inclusion, because when everybody can move forward, we all win. Sign up for free on the Momo app, navigate to Financial Services, Advances, and select Extra Balance to register. Or dial *170#, select 5, select 3, then select 4 to activate Extra Balance. Live extra with Extra Balance.
One emotion football brings, no matter the nation, is joy. The kind that makes strangers hug and grown adults scream like children. For years, we have cheered from couches, celebrated in front of screens, promising ourselves, one day I will be there. That one day is here. Joy is not someday. Joy is not far away. Joy is here. And this June, you are going to meet it. Book your 2026 World Cup experience with Adansi Travels, because some moments are not meant to be postponed. They are meant to be lived. Call Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 0531 008 550.
Cactus Creek Hotel, the Valentine destination, invites all to eat, love, and laugh at the Valentine event, Love Meets Laughter. Enjoy a delectable lunch, spice it up with complimentary wine, and top it up with hilarious comedy. KSM in Old Age is a Rascal. Valentine edition, February 14th and 15th. The lunch with live band starts at 1 p.m. prompt. Climax the day with a hilarious comedy masterpiece, Old Age is a Rascal, written and performed by KSM. Reservations are a must. Call 055-039-5007. That's 055-039-5007. Single 600 Ghana cedis, double 1,000 Ghana cedis. For any inquiries, call 024-479-2100. That's 024-479-2100. Love meets laughter at Cactus Creek. Yeah.
Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's still a conversation about personal debt management. You see, personal debt management. We've taken the test. We've looked at, good loans, bad loans. We'll continue and look at the good loans, okay? What will constitute good loans, so you know what to borrow for. But later on the show also we'll get into a conversation about investments. Paul Kofi Mante is Managing Director of EDC Investment, and he's joined us here. But Happy New Year from APSA. They've got the most exciting news for you this 2026. Now, you see all those resolutions, those plans, those goals you've made. It's time to say yes to them. And with APSA, you get more than just a bank. You get tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that help you save, plan ahead, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever saying yes looks like for you, make it happen with APSA. Make 2026 the year of yes. Your story matters, APSA. But this is for tech lovers as the Drone Ignite Africa Summit 2026. Ghana is hosting one of Africa's biggest drone, AI, and robotics summit, the Drone Ignite Africa Summit 2026. It's happening on February 10th and 11th at the Kempinski Hotel and the University of Ghana Athletic Oval. This two-day conference and exhibition brings together government leaders, industry experts, startups, and investors through high-level discussions and live demonstrations. The summit is driving a new era of technology-led growth, proudly supported by Axis Drone Service, Soko Aerial, Drone Hub Ghana, Fidelity Bank, Minerals Commission of Ghana, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, and West Africa. Visit droneigniteafrica.com or call or WhatsApp 0547 197671 for enquiries. But get ready to boost your career with Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, CIMA. Whether you're fresh out of the university or climbing the corporate ladder, CIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills, and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. Enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning. Study anytime, anywhere. Visit aicpa-cima.com or call 0263 011 992. Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, one CIMA qualifications, countless career opportunities. But the phone lines have been activated now, so you can join the conversation with your questions on 0302 216 541, 0302 216 541, and then 055 1111 997, 055 1111 997. But you know, Central University invites prospective applicants to apply for admission to the 2025-2026 academic year at Central University. They believe aligning who you are with what they do is the heart of the academic journey, one that goes beyond the classroom. They're currently admitting students for the following programs: IT and engineering, architecture, design, planning, business, economics, communication, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, psychology, social work. Graduate programs include PhD Finance, MBA, MPhil, MSc, MA. WASI applicants are invited to try the program eligibility checker on the website to assess the eligibility for the undergraduate programs and also diploma programs for applicants whose results do not qualify them for the undergraduate degree programs. So no matter where your dreams are headed, Central University is where they begin. Central University, raising virtuous and transformational leaders for our world. Okay. So let's get on to the phone lines now. And Abusa is around the airport. Abusa, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this program. May God bless Joy FM always to bring this program so that we listen.
Amen.
You people continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Abusa, do you have a question you want to ask?
No, I listen to everything. I understand everything. So thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank
Abusa.
you.
Glad that you understand, which means we can go to